2023 wasn't a good year for the Carolina Panthers, but I'm trying to make 2024 a better one for myself. Get started on your resolutions with Factor so you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including keto options, calorie smart, vegan plus veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. Skip that overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. Get chef-crafted, restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door, and they're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Head to factormeals.com/C350 and use the promo code C350 to get 50% off. That's code C350 at factormeals.com/C350 to get 50% off.
In a world where Carolina Panthers fans have an insatiable thirst for Panthers news and opinions, only one podcast roars ferociously. It's the C3 Panthers Podcast.
Welcome to the C3 Panthers Podcast. It's Tuesday night. It's 9:01 p.m. We are 1 minute late because all of a sudden, after having zero problems with the computer, of course, when you go to press play, crap don't work right. But it's the C3 Panthers Podcast, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. The number's 252-228-5098. Tonight's episode is Super Cam joins the Legion of Doom. We'll have the guys explain the significance of that title. But really, for the last 3 or 4, maybe even 5 weeks, there's been very, very little to talk about when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. Every week, though, there has been the same thing to talk about, which we have talked about for the last 10 years, every Tuesday night, and that's Cam Newton. Well, this week, there is a ton to talk about as Cam Newton has made the world right again. I'm telling you, we are one step closer to normalcy, folks, as Cam Newton is once again an NFL football player. He is on a team, he is a football player, and it finally shows you that the world and humanity may have some fucking sense. Because Cam Newton is a baller. His career is not over. It does happen to be over in Carolina. Tonight we'll be talking about the signing of Cam Newton with the New England Patriots. Hate to tip our hand here, but we told you so. We told you so. The professor has been telling you so. The Patriots was the team. People tried to tell me it was going to be the Steelers. It was going to be the Chargers. From the beginning, I've said the Patriots makes a ton of sense. And what do you know? Super Cam finds life. I don't know if it's Lex Luthor who is around him with Bill Belichick and he's got some kryptonite that he's threatening him with, or Cam Newton's turning evil. I don't think it's any of that. I think it just turns out that maybe the rest of the NFL didn't have any sense. We'll be talking about that tonight. The number's 252-228-5098. I chop up the latest Panthers news and opinions every Tuesday night with my homeboys, my main man, Cody Lashney, in the house.
Tony Dunn, Cam Newton has found himself a home, and he has found himself a home with the dark side, man. And boy, do we have a lot of shit to say tonight, dude. I know I do, and I'm going to say it to the best, most lit Panther fans in all of YouTube. Trill One, Joey the Blind Panther Escovel. Wow. I can't do it like Joey can. Underground West, Sarah Taylor, _Bandit X91, Tony Dunn. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
Big shout out to Sarah Taylor, who is a up-and-coming podcaster in a number of podcasts, one of those being hosted by our very own, the Bat Daddy 52, Greg. She's already donated $10 to the show. Thank you, Sarah. Too generous. I'll tell you this, is you know what you give is a donation. All these people in chat room is your time, folks. Your time and your ear is what we need, but we are thankful and appreciative. Greg, I know you've been busy. You're always busy. You are the only person. Well, you and CK actually make me look lazy, and that annoys the shit out of me. And maybe even Cody, too, because he's been podcasting it up, too. Greg, I know you've been working hard. You've been chopping up podcasts. How's it going?
I've been doing great, man. And actually, if that's how it makes you feel, then mission accomplished. That was my only goal in doing that, was to make you feel lazy. So if I did that, worked out perfectly. But, man, we're here. A lot of news to talk about. Like you said, you've been calling this since the beginning. I believe I said it a long time ago, too. I had a trade scenario with Cam Newton going to New England. I've always thought it was a good idea. I'm excited about it. We got a lot of Panthers fans in the chat room. Sarah, I love you. Yes, we are on Super Civil Service Podcast. She's a great host. We've actually had 2 more love bombs drop. Nick Montario.
Yes, my man.
$24.99. Yeah.
Nick is up. Nick is up in that enemy territory. The best news that he's had is that Cam's gravitated towards him. Mm-hmm. Nick has gotten recently a Legends Panthers t-shirt. We need to add Cam to it, but it's an old school. It's like a throwback t-shirt he got. And my man's got a recent new picture of Sam Mills hanging up in his house. Big Panthers fan there. Nick, thank you for that support. Pigskin Pete, that's your boy, CK. I mean, not CK, Cody.
Yeah, that's my man, Pigskin Pete. He went live a little bit earlier tonight with Bobby Durkins talking about some Clemson football. So, yeah, man, shout out to the homies. We're going to have a great podcast tonight. And, man, I have so much I want to say, Tony. I can't wait. I can't wait to pounce on this, man. I'm riled up.
Dude, we have a lot. And to think of this is that we are actually excited. How about that? Is you would think that news of Cam Newton joining the Patriots would be a fucking wet blanket to this show. Nope, not at all. Actually, we are reinvigorated with actual news, A, and B, normalcy. Cam Newton as an NFL football player. CK in the house as well. Streaming every day now, homie?
It feels like it.
Your wife is going to divorce you, man.
So, but the difference is I try to do it at 10 o'clock at night when she's asleep.
Right.
My wife would still be upset. She would be like, well, why are you streaming instead of sleeping? And then I take a nap the next day, and she'd be like, why are you taking a nap? I'd be like, because I was streaming till 4 a.m.
That's the part that's tough, man, is trying to, balance the sleep schedule, with everything going on. But, I mean, for the most part, it's honestly been a roller coaster. It's been really fun up to this point, so.
Where are we at on the tattoo list? Because here's the thing is that, first, before you tell us that, where you're actually at, folks, you can help CK get a tattoo. Right?
You can.
And you can. And all you got to do is, how do they help you get the tattoo? And then tell us where we're at.
I've never had a tattoo, first and foremost. That's what you all need to know right out of the gate. You can help me get a tattoo. I've got a thing going to where if I hit 1,000 followers on Facebook, then I will get my first ever tattoo. Of course, that is going to be contingent upon my wife approving whatever design we come up with, and I'm probably going to throw out a poll and whatnot. But
you pussy.
Yeah. But nonetheless, right now we're at 370, which I feel like is pretty incredible growth just in 1 month. I mean,
yes, it's tremendous, dude.
Yeah, it is.
So
good product. That's why, man.
I worked 8 years to get 300 followers on YouTube. Feels like.
Well, Facebook's a little different, though. I'll say, because you're going to have so many opportunities to share that stuff out with people. Like the entire stream, I have people that are just soldiers for whatever reason, without asking for it, they just share. I can end my stream with 100 total shares, like people just sharing this thing 100 times, which is insane to me.
Yeah, so because it's really, getting someone to share our podcast is like damn pulling fucking teeth. It feels like.
Yeah, no, and that's the tough part about it is that you kind of have this fear of I think people don't want people to know what they're into, like with the sharing of a stream. Like people don't want to know, like, oh, my family's going to know I'm watching other people play video games, and they've already told me that they don't understand why people watch people play video games. Well, it's not just about playing video games. There's an entertainment value. There's a community that, people come together, sort of like you created here, Tony, where there's this entire chat going on. People don't just come here to hear us talk. They come here because there's a community in chat that's talking about something that they all love, and that is the Carolina Panthers.
And we have a great conversation going in the chat room already, man. 23 strong. Hit the like button. That helps us be seen by as many people, as many football fans, Panther fans as possible. So hit that like button if you like what we're doing. We love doing it for you guys. We love the community, all the guys that call in to the cat calls. This is all about you guys. That's why we do it. And we do it for Panther football, baby.
All right. Think about this. We are podcasting right now about a player that is not even on our team anymore, that is now signed for our team that we consider to be one of our arch rivals, and we are relishing in this, and we have that many people in the chat room in an off season where there hasn't been any football talk in months.
There hasn't been any news. There has been zero news. How about that? Thank you, Cam Newton, for rescuing the NFL.
Yeah,
it's the C3 Patriots podcast.
I've got the patch color, the red at least in the back.
It's only right.
Funny story about this is I go on Pirate Radio 1250 every Friday. We do an hour of football, NFL talk. The first 20, 30 minutes is Panthers talk. And then the second half is, overall NFL talk. And there is a little community in that too, that people... there's a Cincinnati Bengals fan. His name's Redbeard. He's a snarky ass motherfucker, and I like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of those guys that pokes at you and pokes at you and pokes at you, but like, it's in jest. It's fun. You get it. And you do the same. So, Clip, my man who runs the radio show, he said he put out a tweet when he heard that Cam had signed with the Patriots, and he called it New England Cam Chowder, right? And he was pissed that Redbeard beat him to the punch because he said Tony's going to change the name of the show to the Pat Chronicles. And I said, no, you're wrong, homie. It's the Cam Chronicles. No, we had a segment on this radio show for years that was Cam Watch, right? It's just like, what? Mm-hmm. All right, so if you guys have been what is it who buries their head in the sand? Is it a flamingo? What ostrich? That's what it is. Yep. If you're an ostrich and you've buried your head in the sand and you have refused to look at any news, that because there's no news except for one piece of news, and that is Cam Newton has signed a 1-year deal with the New England Patriots. And I promise you guys, I told you this, is that the Patriots would get Cam Newton for pennies on the dollar. Mm-hmm. And it happened.
What was the final price? I didn't even look it up.
$1 million. He got the league. He got the veteran minimum. Now it's incentive laden.
No. I heard
$1 million.
No, that's if he meets all. That's if he meets the incentives, dude.
So 1 million base with the potential to make 7.
It's 1 million base. He has got the league minimum as far as his guarantee, and then he is then filled with incentives up to 7. You guys got to remember, the Pats have no cap whatsoever, which is why the fact that Cam signed with them was crazy enough as it is. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, a lot of people are wondering what this offense is going to look like. It is going to be Cam Newton running the ball, doing everything, because right now Bill Belichick does not care about Cam's longevity. He is trying to win this season, and that's his goal. That is it.
My man Bill, hold on. My man Bill just dropped a $5 love bomb, and he says this: if this chat reaches a certain dollar amount, can we pick what tramp stamp we get?
For CK?
Yeah. And I say this: if we get you 10,000 followers, can we get a C3 tramp stamp on you?
If I get 10,000 followers,
it would just be a C and a 3, and every time your wife pegged you, she would remember.
Listen. Oh.
Don't judge.
That's an annual anal thing.
It's an annual thing.
Annual thing.
Oh, wow, we're already off the rocker, dude. We're not
You said you wanted to be saucy. You said
I did. No, I did, man. I did. But listen, I'm about to explode here. I cannot hold it in any longer. It feels
just
like
as long as it's not on CK's back.
I was going to say, that's an interesting choice of words based on what we're talking about.
Like I'm losing my virginity all over again, dude. But listen, I got to get this off my chest, man. How hypocritical all these fucking talking heads are who now love the Patriots, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots are back in the ball game, baby. They're going to win the AFC East. Cam Newton's going to return to MVP form.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but it's funny how when Cam Newton was a Carolina Panther, he wasn't capable of doing all those things for us. Oh, now we should move on.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Because I don't think it's absurd to talk like that. So why do you think that is?
Because part of it is because the Patriots are a good organization. Their track record shows it. So whenever the Patriots go out and make a move, you automatically assume that it's going to lead to better success than whatever the hell the Panthers are doing. But it's so two-faced, man. And in my mind, it pinpoints how Cam Newton turns everyone into hypocrites. Because the minute that they want to push a certain narrative, they're going to go with the opposite of what they've been saying for years now.
Right.
For absolute years now. Now they think that Cam Newton is... So, by the way, another thing that's being perpetuated in the media is how, well, the Patriots don't have any weapons. The Patriots don't have a great offensive line.
Just wait.
Right. So now, Cam always had to deal with that with the Panthers, but he was an inaccurate quarterback, or he has terrible footwork. But now it's just assumed that Cam Newton is going to come into a football team where you have a great coach duo in Belichick and Josh McDaniels, but pretty much everything else is going to be Cam Newton elevating all the talent around him.
And that's what they need.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And let me tell you what, Patriots fans are going to see Cam Newton throw footballs and passes that Tom Brady could never throw in his life. What I mean by that is...
Oh, don't... Nah, all right, hold on.
I don't know about that.
What I'm talking about...
This is what it says is youthfulness.
No. Cam Newton is one of the best deep ball throwers in the NFL. And
no, he's not. Not anymore. Not anymore.
What you mean is
he used to be
farther than a lot of people. It doesn't mean he's one of the best deep ball throwers.
No, he used to be. He used to be. He has not been since 2015.
But you know what? Brady, when he was young, was a pretty decent. He could throw the ball down the field pretty decent. So, I mean.
The difference, and listen, I'm not comparing them quarterback for quarterback. Don't get me twisted. I'm saying from an arm talent perspective, Cam Newton is capable of making down the field throws look far easier than Tom Brady.
Well, that's because Tom Brady's old as shit. You missed 2000 and
Tom Brady's never had the power that Cam Newton has.
Bro, it's not even this. I'm gonna have to shut you down on the deep ball talk. Sorry.
And I'm gonna fight you back.
Bro, just go watch 2008 season. Randy Moss. All they did is throw the deep ball there. So here is that Cam Newton, though, does bring this to a team that had a aged Tom Brady, right? Mm-hmm. With limited weapons last year. What you get now is you get a Cam Newton with a chip on his shoulder, an incentive-laden deal with the opportunity to be a Patriot for like 4 or 5 years. Think about that.
More.
I mean, like, is that he could send, but the Patriots ain't going to sign nobody to no giant deal. They didn't even say sign Brady. Yeah. But even think about this. What if Cam is auditioning to be with Belichick for 3 years?
Mm-hmm. And I think that he is going to absolutely smash that audition. And by the way, this is what I'm talking about. If we're assuming that Cam Newton with the chip on his shoulder, which, by the way, is what happened to him when he went to Auburn from Bland Community College. Everyone counted him out after Florida. And then Cam Newton took the college football world by storm. Now you have everyone saying that he's a washed-up player. You have people like Tony saying that he's washed up, won't be able to throw the deep ball anymore.
Who says that?
Cam Newton.
He didn't say won't be able to. We were
No. Whoa. Back your shit up. No, I said we haven't seen him throw the deep ball since 2016.
And he jumped on that whenever you said that they were going to see a deep ball like they've never seen before. But
I stand by that too. Cam Newton has more arm talent to throw down the field to a receiver in stride than Tom Brady does.
But how many times are you going to throw 50 yards? Like, how many times a game are you going to throw the ball 50 yards?
But remember. So remember in 2018.
All right, whoa. Look, we are way off target here. Is that all right? So you're trying to tell me that all of a sudden we're supposed to be excited about the damn Patriots because Cam can throw the deep ball? No. Why we should be excited about the fucking Patriots and Cam Newton is because he is an explosive player. And now, and I want to address this, is that Panthers God FSU 23, a.k.a. Cam Newton hater. We know. I know where you're at. Bro. He said, I've seen he said this. Oh, hold on. Where was the earlier comment? The earlier comment was Liz Frank injury, no bueno for a running quarterback, 2 shoulder surgeries. You guys don't understand the facts.
Cam is so much more than a runner.
Goes on, he says, I've seen because I said, have you seen the videos? My man's foot is fine. I've seen the videos, and one hit can total ruin everything. Learn more about Liz Frank. First of all, Liz Frank injury is not caused by a hit. Like, you don't get tackled and get a fucking Liz Frank injury. You want to get tackled, you blow out an ACL, you blow out an MCL, you break an ankle, but you don't break this lateral, tarsical, whatever, meniscus it is, you know what I'm saying, up in there. The second thing is this, is that, yes, can the Liz Frank detract from an explosive athletic player? Certainly. You know, like if we're talking about your jump off, if we're talking about being at the peak of what you could do, yes, it will. But Cam Newton had the foot fused. He opted for the surgery, which was the smart thing. They should have done it earlier. And you want to go listen to Brady Quinn talk about how hard it is to play when you're trying to rehab it. When they fuse the foot, basically think of your hand, the palm of your hands where the underside knuckles are, right, is what they do, and you can feel the different knuckles in them. They just make it into one long rod. They just fuse it. So the shit is like bionic, bro.
So he's super Cam, basically.
Yeah, he might not. I mean, I won't say he might not. He will not have the explosivity that he had in 2013. But you can't take away that the fact that the guy is still remarkably athletic. He is no longer not a running quarterback because of his foot. Like, he's not on a peg leg, is my point.
Right.
So
he's still more athletic than 90% of the quarterbacks in the NFL.
Let me say 2 things real quick. Let me get extra confrontational. Panthers got FSU 23. You do not get to come in here and say that Cam Newton is going to be injury prone the rest of his career, and then in the same breath support Teddy Bridgewater enthusiastically when the dude's knee fucking exploded on a non-contact play. Bro, that shit ain't how it works, dude. And another thing, in 2018, when Cam was throwing short passes in a rhythm, he had the highest completion percentage of his career. What have Josh McDaniels, Bill Belichick, and the Patriots asked Tom Brady to do for the past, 5 years? Throw in rhythm. This is a perfect opportunity to shut everyone up about Cam Newton being some inaccurate, inconsistent passer. And now the talent is a real concern about what they have on their roster right now. But Cam Newton is about to shut everyone the fuck up this year, and I am here for it.
Well, he might, and we hope he does. Actually, I don't know if I say we hope. is that this is I told you guys this. There's two things I said from months ago. Go back and listen to the tape, folks. Mm-hmm. One is when the Patriots signed Cam Newton, it's going to be a Patriots Bucks Super Bowl. And that's what I'm rooting for. I am rooting for Bill Belichick and Cam Newton against Tom Brady.
Yeah, I love it.
That would be the most epic Super Bowl for me, other than one where the Panthers were involved. The other thing I told you guys too was, and I think I was on to something. This is where one time I felt like I was smart, like I found the answer key, the Rosetta Stone of it. And that is Tom Brady left New England. So all this happened around the same time, right? So Tom Brady and New England decide that they're not going to reunite. He leaves and he signs with the Buccaneers while the Panthers cut Cam. And why did Tom Brady leave the New England Patriots? Like, why? Is that he is a god in that place. He wanted to
prove.
Yes. Yes. No, that's exactly. He wanted to what?
He wanted to prove that he could do it without Bill Belichick. 'Cause that's the big thing. He wanted to prove that no matter what, he can go anywhere and be the best quarterback out there. And that's what he wanted to do. And I get that.
And good for him. But what do you think, Bill? Do you think that Bill Belichick, 70-year-old Bill Belichick, who has also endured this same discussion, could he have done it without a break? Do you think he's ready to just throw in the cleats, hang it up for the year, and tank for Trevor Lawrence? Fuck that. No. The Bill Belichick I know, he walks up to the podium. My favorite Bill Belichick moment of all time is he walked up to this podium, and you know how all the reporters, it was like just that one of those Monday morning meetings or Tuesday afternoon meetings, and all the porters run up there and put their little recorders up there. And he just slid them back, and half of them fell off the table. He didn't give a shit. Like, do you think that guy is going to be okay with Tom Brady showing off while he sucks with Jared Stidham?
Yeah.
No.
Well, he wanted to get rid of Brady years ago. Like, that was his plan, was to get rid of Brady years ago. Garoppolo was going to be his guy. Okay, but I do want to point out one thing that that Panthers Scott FSU is talking about. He does raise a good point about the injuries, because he's not 100% wrong, but he's not. I don't even know the percent. He's not wrong, but I can point out things that there are anomalies. There are things that happen. It's not even anomalies, because anomalies rarely happen. There are things that happen all the time. Thomas Davis had 3 ACL tears. He's one of the best linebackers in the NFL.
Cam's 30 or 31. He is not an ancient person, though, guys. Like, I feel like we're too crazy to be like his injuries have killed his career.
So I'm a huge MMA fan as well, and most people in the MMA community say that a man is in his physical prime. Most people think it's when you're in your early 20s. It's not. A man is in his prime between the ages of 30 and 34. That's when you're at
best right then. Yep.
Right. And
I was in my best shape about 33.
Yeah.
And then I became an alcoholic and fat.
And a physical specimen like Cam Newton is now in the prime of his career. I mean, come on, dude. Everybody's just trying to write off Cam Newton. I feel like so many Panther fans are revealing themselves about how they're treating Cam Newton now that he's no longer a Panther. Yeah, man, I get it, dude. You're a Panther fan first and foremost. Ride or die, and Cam's not a Panther anymore. Yeah, we get it, dude. But you also don't get to just pretend like Cam Newton didn't define the last decade of Panthers football either. And the fact that people are invested him in seeing him be successful and wanting him to be on a brand new team that with coaches that have a proven track record of consistently winning, even despite their personnel. Now you have a quarterback on that football team who is a consistent winner in spite of his personnel. Like, come on, man. It's a match made in heaven. I think this is the best thing that, I mean, obviously Cam would have wanted to sign earlier to sign for more money. But yeah, it's like you said, he has a giant chip on his shoulder, and Cam Newton with the chip on his shoulder. Hey, we don't even know. Cam Newton with the chip on his shoulder might still be the most dangerous player in all of football, dude. And you don't know that he isn't. You don't know that he isn't just because there were 2 years of him being hurt.
One thing I want to say about the injury-prone argument, right, is I feel like it might be a little lazy. And I said a lot of laziness last week, right? That was my word last week, so I'm continuing it. But what I mean by this is that, yes, if this would have been Cam Newton's shoulder continuing to be a problem, I would be concerned. But this is one of those athlete, like, this could happen to any athlete. So I almost see the foot as just 100% unrelated to the shoulder. Yeah. Even though he said that it was like, I didn't pay enough attention, I was worried about the shoulder, this and that. But I think once he got that surgery, now if the real question, if you want to make the argument that he's injury prone, let's talk about his shoulder. And he's had a whole year off to rejuvenate it. And isn't that what everybody sucked Andrew Luck's what for?
Yeah.
So
and
go ahead. Let CK get in there. He hasn't even been on the show yet.
So what I was going to say is that the difference that I'd say is that all of Cam's injuries have been completely separate. Like, they have not been, he's had ankle injuries, he's had back injuries, he's had all these other injuries, right? But he's come back, and not a single one until the shoulder injury has caused him to miss an entire season or to be less of a Cam Newton, right? And then, but you look at, you see the shoulder, and that's continued to plague him, and that has a lot to do with things that were outside of his control, which is somebody coming in with the crown of their helmet hitting his shoulder. Let's be honest, that's right. What really put this on a downward spiral. And then, the foot aspect, that's a freak thing that happened. Like, that is something that is a freak thing. It's not, you can't sit here and say injury prone when everything that has happened to him has been egregious. The only thing that has happened that has not been caused by something that is, that somebody can say injury prone is that Liz Frank. That is the only thing, and that could have happened to anybody. Yeah, it could have happened to any person, and it just happened to happen to Cam on the when he was trying to do a comeback season. And so, yeah, saying that he is injury prone, I agree wholeheartedly, is a lazy argument, because it used that same argument with Thomas Davis. Thomas Davis is gone.
Well, right? Even use it with Thomas Davis, and I would say, he had 3 knee injuries.
Yeah,
the knee is the problem.
Use it. Let's use it for Drew Brees before he went to the Saints. All right, if you take that into equation into it, guess what? Drew Brees wouldn't have been Drew Brees. You would have already cut him. He'd be out of there. Right, he would have been moved on. Every single quarterback has had issues. Peyton Manning with his neck, right? Mm-hmm. Every single one of these guys, you could sit here and say that they've had injuries after injuries, but when you see when a healthy Cam Newton is on the field, what he's able to do, the fact that he was still successful even when he was trying to adjust to be a different type of quarterback, I think that should scare people. And that's why I say I saw a tweet that I thought was actually one of the more incredible tweets, and I think it actually it personifies what's going on in New England now. New England lost the best quarterback in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
And somehow they've upgraded in the position.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
And they did. I believe it too, man.
Wait until they're all going to be on their knees for Cam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they all going to love. I don't know. I want to highlight a comment real quick. Is the man that was here? He said, "Dude is legit. Have y'all haters seen his workout videos?" And I know,
yeah, but working out and playing football are 2 different things.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that.
I don't think you put Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno out there and they'd be good football players. Okay. But they're great. They can work out really well, So.
Yeah, gym rats are gym rats. I understand that, but here's the thing: is that if you're really truly concerned with the kind of I don't know what the word is, but like how long his foot can hold up, how delicate it is. You're watching what he does in those videos, even if it's produced and it's meant to be a TV show. If he was really incapable of doing these things, he wouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? He would just be a ghost. Mm-hmm. But no, we've watched. He publicized his recovery. And here's the thing, folks. If you know anything about Cam Newton, is you can talk shit about his dress. You can talk shit about him being too cocky, I guess, maybe potentially celebrate. Like, by the way, I've never talked shit about Cam, so I've never said any of this shit. But one thing you can never, ever, ever, ever fuck with is his work ethic. Right. And that's why he's going to be gorgeous in New England. Is they're not getting a guy who's a malcontent. They're not getting a guy who is a head case like Antonio Brown. The worst you're getting is a guy that dresses like a damn Mary Kay saleswoman and has a haircut like damn one of the Wayans brothers. That's the worst you're getting. But you know what he's going to be? Anymore. He's going to be in the gym. Did he cut his hair?
He did.
Shut up.
He did. Look at the video that Cody just showed us. He's wearing a hat. There's no way he's fitting that hair under the hat.
Nah, he ain't cutting his hair.
There's no way he's fitting that hair under the hat.
I'm growing my hair just so I can fucking do the same thing.
And your hair's about a quarter of the length of Cam Newton's.
I know. I got a long way. When he hoists the trophy with the Patriots, I'm going to have it.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask y'all, too, because I thought about that. And I'm not positive he cut the hair, but it sure looks like he did.
Cody, can you cover me for a second?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Do you think that him doing that is kind of him, like, it almost makes me feel like I don't doubt Cam, and I feel like he could have done what he did whenever he was with us with the hair, whatever you want to do, the costumes, the outfits, whatever. I don't care as long as you can perform. It doesn't matter to me if you're having a good time. But do you think that like Bill Belichick looked at him and said, "Look, I need you to focus on football. Stop with the hair. Stop with not that the hair was a bad thing, but stop with the flamboyancy and everything you're doing. Focus on football and come to us." Look, and maybe he did that. So if he did, it's going to kind of irritate me because it feels like he could have done that with Carolina and focused a little more and maybe hunkered down and been a better player.
But to me, a lot of that stuff
hair matters.
Yeah, I don't think it does either. And to me, all of that's very superficial. Like Cam Newton's dress or his hair, to me, was never an indicator of who he was as a practicer, as a studier, as someone who would make sure that his preparedness was up to snuff. Another thing is I feel like whenever we think of the New England Patriots, especially when it comes to Bill Belichick, we have this view of it like an uptight, conservative, kind of stuck-up organization. But that really isn't the case. The Patriots are great on letting players speak out on issues, letting them dress and look like whatever they want and do what they want to do, as long as you show up, put your head down, and go to work and go about it the Patriot way. And Cam Newton, in my opinion, is going to do that perfectly. And I mean, I would be interested to see, how much Cam Newton's after his post-game apparel is going to change, if at all. I mean, just because I'm interested, but that's if he's going to do the same thing or not. I'm pretty sure that he will, but you never know. It is the Patriots. But I'm kind of, Tony was earlier talking about, why would Tom Brady ever leave the Patriots? And doesn't this feel like two exes showing off their new spouses?
Yes.
Tom Brady Tom Brady has Bruce Arians. And by the way, what's been the knock on Tom? Doesn't throw a great deep ball. So what does he do? Go to Bruce Arians. What's Bruce Arians known for? Chucking the ball downfield almost all the time. Then you have Cam Newton, who they say is not accurate. He's only a runner. And now you're going to have to put him in the system where now Bill Belichick knows the what people say about Cam Newton. And now I feel like Bill Belichick is going to be like, oh, yeah? But let me show y'all what we're about to do with Cam Newton. And, yeah, it definitely feels like a little bit of posturing. But Bruce Arians has his superstar in Tom, and now Bill Belichick has his. And by the way, there's a big age difference between the two of them.
Bill Belichick has had a hard-on for Cam just like me for so long. So let's go ahead and say that. And I do want to mention what you said, too, about like the dress and this and that, if it's going to change. We have a false belief that the Patriots are run like this well-oiled, like this rigid machine.
Right, that's what I said after you left.
It's a false belief because they cheated. they steal, they do whatever they want when they want. They have this. If anything, I think that Cam Newton is the perfect fit for Bill Belichick, because what Bill Belichick wants is this, as he says, I don't give a fuck if you wear sandals, Mary Kay slippers, or a damn tutu. Right. If your ass wants to work all day with me, I'm ready to go. And that's what Cam will do. Cam puts in the time. And people act like his extravagance and his dress and this and that is a distraction. No. What that is someone who works all day. They work out all day. They spend all their time. They're so dedicated. You know what they do? Is they have an outlet. And that outlet is having somebody else shop for them so they can go. It's not like he's out there shopping.
Yeah.
So, no, I think Cam Newton could potentially destroy it. And the question I want to ask, and I think should we go to the cat calls, guys, real quick, and then get back into
this? I have one question before we do it. Go ahead, Cody.
Well, no, I was just going to say, I know that we have some dope cat calls tonight. I've even been informed that our good boy, Tyler, might have some rap bars for us.
Nice.
So
nice.
He told me to look out for it. So I'm excited. To hear it.
Okay. Well, I wanted to just real quick before we get to cat calls, Cody, when you started the show, you were on fire talking about the people who had changed their narrative and what they were talking about Cam Newton, how quickly.
Yeah.
Do you want to know the one that bothers me the most?
Sure.
That I saw about 2-3 days ago was, I can't remember who posted it. Somebody said, why did the NFL allow the Patriots to pick up Cam Newton?
What does that even fucking mean?
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, he's been out there for 15 teams to be able to pick him up, and nobody would do it.
Like, why did actually that might be a good point, because why did the rest of the NFL allow the Patriots to pick him up?
Right.
What I'm saying is that implies that Cam Newton was a great quarterback that could have been out there for anybody, but nobody would pick him up whenever he was out there.
Because it doesn't imply it. That's a real statement.
I also think it's really hilarious that he is now considered a top 10 candidate to be an MVP.
Yes,
Really?
that's what I'm saying.
Really?
Dude,
Yeah.
Cam Newton exposes the hypocrisy of people like no other football player that I've ever seen in my life.
I
dude.
think you got it wrong. I think Panther fans have it wrong on this, Cody.
Wrong about
I
what?
don't think it's hypocrisy. So what have you said for the
it
last
is.
2 years? No, listen to this. The last 2 years, what did you call for a year and a half ago for this team to do? To fire Ron Rivera, to change it all, to do all this, wasting this and that's and
Rip
this.
off the Band-Aid.
Right. You said it. You have been an advocate for it. And then we postponed it for a year, and you were still thumping that. Is it hypocrisy, though? When if you were right, then the coaching in Carolina was broken, not Cam Newton. So where the excitement, here's the thing, is you marry a Cam Newton who people thought was good with potential or great with potential to be greater. Now you marry him with somebody they believe in, a staff that they think. So I don't even know if it's hypocrisy at this point. Maybe it is a confirmation of anti-Panthers or lack of impressed with the Ron Rivera era.
Yeah, but also in the same breath, how many people were saying, and when I say people, I mean like people on ESPN and Fox who were saying, "Oh, I can't believe the Panthers fired Ron Rivera. He's a good coach. He'll have a job soon. Why would they fire Ron Rivera?" I mean,
there weren't a lot of those people, though.
Hurt.
There was not a Ron Rivera
I saw quite a bit. I did.
Yeah,
I did.
I did too, man. Like it felt like everybody was so willing to be like, "Oh, he was a 2-time coach of the year and brought his team to the Super Bowl." And then again, they don't,
we watched it. Nobody saw Cam Newton as the problem.
No,
it might have been unfortunate. It may have been unfortunate that Cam Newton was hurt the last 2 years, but we watched this coaching staff, and I'm not saying the coaching staff sucked, but they were better than average. And that's it.
See,
like they never, and that was our whole criticism the whole time, Cody. And my whole criticism is that our coaching staff doesn't make us worse, but they don't ever give us the advantage. North Turner did a little bit in that one season, but other than that, no. I think when we look at the New England Patriots, we say Bill Belichick is like an extra player on the field. He gives you a fucking advantage.
Maybe, but I think that we didn't look at Cam Newton as the problem. I think the media, most sports analysts, everything else, they looked at Cam Newton as the problem. Like, we look at things differently because we focus on the Panthers. That's it. Like, well, I mean, I watch all football, but we really focus on the Panthers more than a regular sports analyst would. And I think that everybody else who probably doesn't watch most of the games only looks at numbers, which numbers don't tell everything.
That's a good point. And you're the stat daddy. Having the stat daddy tell you that is like...
Yeah, I think they blame Cam Newton for everything because he's the easy target. He's out there. Ron Rivera won Coach of the Year 2 times. And guess what? One of the reasons he did that was because he went 15-1 with Cam Newton when he had no offensive weapons at all, which was Cam Newton's, Cam Newton's doing. I do want to say, though, that we can't give the players all the credit when we do good and give the coaches all the blame when we do bad.
Because you've been consistent on that. I'm not saying they've been sucky. That's not what my point is. My point is that now when you marry Cam to a coach that you believe actually gives you an advantage. Mm-hmm. And my question, and let's go to the cat. We're going to go to the cat calls, but I want you guys to think about this as the cat calls come in, is because this is where we're going to move the discussion after the first 1 or 2 cat calls. Is what will New England be with Cam Newton? Because the question last year, their offense with Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback arguably in the history of football, was mediocre at best. It was underwhelming at the most. On top of that, there were also questions about could Josh McDaniels be the coach of the Carolina Panthers. It did not seem like they were interested in him at all. And some people have floated the idea that Josh McDaniels was not interested in working with Cam, which is bizarre to me since we hired a new coach and got rid of Cam. If that was the deal breaker, it doesn't make sense to me. But we'll talk about those things. How good will the Patriots be? Do they lack the weapons? Is Cam on another Carolina team in New England? The number's 252-228-5098. Let's see what Tyler Lovato and them bars are. I hope he's the first call.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty you shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like...
Who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in the
snow?
Who's that kid that can use one?
This is the best clip I ever put together, by the way. You know that's fly for free resources.
What's up, C3 Podcast? It's the G Cavassier.
Cavassier.
Nah, I'm just kidding, man.
G.
What's up, guys?
I know that's not G.
Just heard the news about Cam going to New England, and I'm happy for him. And in honor of him going to New England, I got a little small rap I made for him last night. I was trying to go to sleep, and I just kept thinking, and I was
spit that shit, Tyler.
And it came out pretty well. So
shit,
all right, here we go. Hey, New England, he may not be white, but it's all right. My man can play on Monday night. He's also a vegan who likes to give away his semen. 7 kids, 7 rings for New England. Y'all already know we're playing in Foxborough. If you're a woman from Boston, don't ask my man about routes. New England's going to get their 7. I have no doubt.
Wow.
And that's all I got, guys.
Oh my God, this is
Give me
fucking
applause, man.
epic.
The news breaking. It's going to be a good one, boys, and much love. Peace.
Oh, the best call. That's the best call in the history of the show, bro.
Yo, dude. Yo, we might have to hear that one more time.
We gotta do it. My man said he said something. He said, "Don't ask him about routes." But nah, this here. Hold on. Let's see if we can get it again.
Just heard the news about Cam going to New England.
This shit is so good,
Happy
folks.
for him. And in honor of him going to New England, I got a little small rap I made for him last night. I was just
Bars,
trying
bro.
to go to sleep. And
He's like the little
I was
Dickie
like
of the
rapping
show.
in my head, and it came out pretty well, so I'm gonna let you guys hear it. All right, here we go. Hey, New England. He may not be white, but it's all right. My man can play on Monday night. He's also a vegan who likes to give away his semen.
That's the best line.
7 kids, 7 rings for New England. Y'all already know we playing in Foxborough. If you're a woman from Boston, don't ask my man about routes. New England's going to get their 7th. I have no doubts.
Oh, so good. Actually, the best line is not the semen. It was the one right after that. Hold on, when he said that I get you
If you're a
7.
woman in New England, don't ask about
No,
routes.
when my man said I get you, because Cam has 7 kids. He does it.
Oh, yeah.
That shit, that was good Lord.
Bro, Tyler killed that shit, bro. Yo, he fucking messaged me like a day or two ago. I was like, yo, I'm spitting bars in the cat codes. You gotta look out for it, bro. I'm like, you have me hyped. Yo, you delivered.
I
man.
know,
Shout
he
out
did.
Lovato,
Once
bro.
he said my man had a rap, I was like, all right, let's see how
Whoa,
this goes.
yeah,
All
right.
Let's see what we have today.
Yeah, exactly. And boy, you did not underdeliver by any means.
The undefeated rap king of the C3
Yes.
podcast, Lovato, baby.
That was deep. That was deep, man. I like the layers to that rap. The number's 252-228-5098. Good luck
Share your rap,
topping
guys.
that.
Share your rap.
Yeah. I mean,
What
I
else is
know
there to-
there's...
What is it?
And you know
else is
what's
there to
funny
follow?
is my man shouted out G. Cavassier at first because he was like, he was kind of like this. His first, G. Cavassier sounds like an awesome ass rap name. B, G. Cavassier has the best voice. Like when he comes up in here and you're like, damn. It's like upwards of CK voice, right? So CK, hit him with yours.
In a world
Yeah.
where Carolina Panthers fans.
That's like we feel like we're going to a movie. G, I feel like G's like the ladies' man meets, Carolina Panthers.
Yo, he said address him as MC Lovato. That's right, son. Put some respect on this man's
you
name.
got it, MC
Put some
Lovato.
respect on this man's name.
I love the layers to that mess. Way better than I expected. 252-228-5098.
What's going on, guys? This is Matt from Greensboro.
I was hoping it was G.
What's up, Matt?
But Matt, you
tail
cool.
end of the 19th season. I try to listen to you guys as much as I can.
Thank you.
Torn.
Thank you, by the way.
I want to see Newton really succeed and get back to tip-top shape, but just not with Belichick. But, hey, good for him. And it's a good deal for the Patriots, too. Look into that. It's pretty wild. Yeah, my question is, kind of looking at how things are going from the news today, a lot of them MLB players aren't going to be playing the season, and NBA players aren't going to be playing the season either, it doesn't look like. And the way things are changing so much, like daily, I don't see college football or NFL happening either. So what do you think? What do you think the ramifications are for that? Not be able to look at these top college prospects play, and then like draft position, and how do you go about the draft next year, and I don't know, just things like that. Enjoy the show. Keep on keeping on, and wear your mask, fellas. Wear some masks when you go out in public. Be safe. Get this shit over with.
It ain't going away, bro. That's the problem.
Exciting football
Hey,
season that we're not going to be able to see. So y'all have a good one.
It ain't going away, but thank you for the call.
Shout out to you, man. Can I just, I find it funny that the man that was here in our chat put, I love this. This is such a release from what's going on. And then the next question's about COVID.
Oh God, I know. Let's not
back
talk
down
about-
to earth, baby.
Sorry, bro. You can't get away with it. Tyler Lovato first. He gives another tip of the cap to G. He says G. Cavassier, best caller of all time. He goes on to say, "Call me Run DMC Lovato." I like that. I am worried about. I'm kind of concerned that college football will not or should not happen. I understand pro football happening there, but what was the other aspect of the question? Oh, it was Cam. One of the questions I wanted to ask you guys is, what do you think about? Because he said he didn't want to. It was like the evil Bill Belichick. I've kind of had a dark respect for Belichick for a long time.
Agreed.
He's like Vader.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What
Don't
do you
hate the
guys
player.
think about Cam with the Patriots? I think that's an important question to ask because the Patriots are among one of the top hated teams by the Carolina Panther fans because of the Super Bowl in 2003, 2004 season. But what do you guys tell me? What are your thoughts on Cam as a Patriot?
I'll go first just because my answer is very short. Dude, I don't care at all, man. I don't care at all. And shout out Nova Black, just popped up in the chat room. What's up, Richard Nova? But yeah, man, dude, I don't care. Like, I don't hate Bill Belichick. I don't hate the Patriots. I get that people do, man. But to win that consistently, you're doing something right, man. If you want to say that they're just cheating all the time, dude.
In a shitty division. Well, I mean, all those things are legitimate, but
they are.
Yeah, they are. But in my mind, the fact that New England is a continuously proven successful football organization is why I'm happy. I don't know of any other team that I would have preferred Cam Newton to go to more than the Patriots. Because now, I mean,
whoa, that's a pretty big argument right there.
Because I want Cam Newton to succeed, to win.
Like it could have been.
So
okay, I guess you like you could have put him on the Jets. Like we wouldn't have been happy with that.
Yeah,
or,
like I mean, a lot of us were saying the Chargers, but there was no guarantee that.
I like just that he's in the AFC.
Yeah. Well, and can I say too? I think that Cody, with you talking about that, you're absolutely right. Like I think probably the entire time you've watched football, the Patriots have been one of the top tier teams, right?
Oh, I mean, I don't.
They've been a top tier team for the last 20 years.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Years.
20 years ago, I was 15. Okay, so I was still by that time I'd already watched football for 10 years where I could actively remember. Well, 12 years where I could actually remember everything that was going on. 20-year franchises, actually I don't think it's ever happened, but generally a franchise that lasts that long have a big fall for quite a while.
Right.
That's my only concern with what's going on.
But now they're not because they got Cam.
Well, maybe I want Cam to be successful, but the odds say that they will not be because no team remains one of the top tier teams in the NFL.
But
let me ask you this question.
The argument with that is that New England is a rarity already at the fact that they've done 20, right?
Right.
Most teams don't last 5 years.
Yep.
They've lasted 20 years.
That's why I'm saying the odds are against them.
I think the odds are in their favor. I think that they've proven that it's not necessarily about the odds. It's about how they're managing the football team, what they're doing to be successful. And I think that personally, when I look at it from the perspective that they could be they could have definitely taken a fall 15 years ago. I mean, you got to remember, Tom Brady wasn't Tom Brady in the first 5 years him being in the league. He's just constantly gotten better.
Bill Belichick,
he still had won 2 Super
I am
Bowls.
gonna bounce Panthers God FSU 23 from the fucking chat. I gotta get rid of this crap. I was just. Oh my God! I want to kill this mug. God, how did you even call yourself? Take the Panthers out of your name, homie. He said this. He said the Patriots will lose to the Seahawks. First of all,
I can see that. I can see. Look,
Tyler didn't want us to go down the schedule, and predict the Patriots win losses.
All right, well, let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
That would be better than me just calling out this tweet. Because if the Patriots are not losing to the Raiders, the Texans,
You said they're going to split with the Dolphins?
Yeah, that's
They split with the Dolphins
bullshit.
almost every year, dude. Are you kidding me? Like,
No, they
look at Tom
don't.
Brady's.
No,
Yes,
that
they
is-
do.
that
They
is-
always
that
have
is-
problems.
I would say
I'm
the
gonna tell you
reason
now.
that we
No,
should
that
be
is-
is that the reason the Patriots have been dominant for 20 years is because they've played in a division where 3 teams have been irrelevant for 20 years. And
Very
I
true.
don't want to I don't want to take away from their success because they have been magnificent for that 20-year period. But the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, and the Buffalo Bills have been a big pile of fucking shit and vomit for 20 years.
For sure.
Now, here's the part that I will say this much in to play devil's advocate. They've looked that way because they've had the Patriots in their division, though. Like you can look at it one way and say they look good because they look bad, or the Patriots look good because they're in a
No,
crappy
the
division.
Dolphins
But
have been
listen, hold
shitty, bro. It don't matter.
No, the Dolphins, yes. The Dolphins haven't done. I mean, they've had a couple of decent years, but the Jets have had a few runs in the past decade. The Bills have had a few runs in the past decade. I mean, nobody's just been able to just overtake Tom Brady and when you or Tom, the Pats, and when you have a team that is constantly crapping on you, and it's hard to get the wild card. It is. You got to remember, like, there's only 4 divisional winners, at least this, in the past. And there's only 2 wild card spots between 14 other teams. Like, that's even more difficult. And when you have a team that's going to win the division every time because they are New England, and it's not even about their division. I think the division helped. I think they had a lot of, years where there was crappy team, the division was crappy. But I also think that when you look at those years, the Pats were still beating everybody else that was good. Like, it wasn't like they were only beating
Right.
teams.
They weren't just okay.
And that's been my point too. Like, when you go into the playoffs, your division doesn't mean shit anymore. I mean, yeah, you have a home field advantage because your division sucks.
And that's been big in Foxborough.
Yeah.
But by the way, who fucking decimated that? Cam Newton. Cam Newton beat the shit out of the Patriots in Foxborough. 2017.
I actually have some news that I don't know if any of us knew or not.
About this jersey number?
No. So I went to the Patriots Twitter to look at the schedule, and I saw this little ditty. I'm told that this is from Jason Locken 4UP, so take it for what you will. I'm told that Cam Newton's one-year deal with the Patriots does not include a provision preventing New England from applying a 2021 franchise tag on the former MVP quarterback.
Ooh.
So
see,
if he
they're
balls out
fucking
this
geniuses. What do you think? You know what I think the biggest weakness?
They are.
The biggest weakness of the New England Patriots may be Josh McDaniels.
I thought that. I thought that too. But you got to remember, Josh McDaniels made Tebow look decent.
Yeah, they went to the playoffs.
They keep telling us that he is fantastic and his system is so complicated. I don't know if I buy it, man. I think the system better fits Cam than it did Tom Brady.
Well, look, going back to what we were saying real quick, Tom Brady is 22-11 versus the Dolphins in his career, which is in his division.
Good.
So
that's pretty good.
That's a 666 win percentage. That is the worst win percentage I think I get. I'm looking it up right now. I'm pretty sure it's the worst win percentage he has against any team in that division. So that division, the Dolphins always gave him the most trouble.
Yeah, it's in Foxborough a lot of times too.
Yeah,
That's what's weird about it.
I mean, it's very possible he could split with the Dolphins.
They were
I
all
mean, that's not unlikely,
So I did look up the schedule, and I will say, man,
let's do it.
Their schedule is a murderer's row.
Let's do it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Let's do it.
Their schedule
Week 1. What is week 1?
That schedule, it's bad. It's almost as bad as our away games.
It's nasty.
Man, we've been.
So as soon as Tom Brady leaves, they get an actual tough schedule. What a surprise! Oh my god!
Hit me with week 1. Hit me with week 1.
All right, week 1 versus the Dolphins.
W.
That's a W.
W.
That's a W. All right. Week 2.
Okay. Well, wait.
You want to debate over Tua?
Is it in Miami or is it in New England?
No. So this is in Foxborough.
So
Yeah.
the Miami Dolphins.
W.
I'm taking
Shut
the Dolphins.
the fuck
too.
up.
That's
Dude,
y'all are
if
crazy.
it's Cam Newton's first
I will
I'm
vote
taking the Dolphins.
Look at the Dolphins' win record in Foxborough, dude.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't
it's
care
actually
what it
better
is.
than most teams.
I will bet. I got 10 on it. I got
how about that?
10 on
I'll
it.
write
Write
it
down this
down.
bet.
Let me write
Write
it
it
down.
down.
Battle of number one.
I'll take you on that.
Hey,
First week. I'll take you on
The
that.
battle of number one. Cam Newton wears number one, and so is Tua Tagovailoa.
No,
So,
somebody just said in chat that I don't know if it's true or not. Somebody's just said Adam Schefter just reported that Cam will be wearing 12.
That's a lie. That's such a lie.
Way.
I don't know if that's true or not. I just saw it in there. I think
Nah.
that's gonna be ridiculous.
There's
That's
no
bait.
way
I bet another $10 on that.
No, I'm not about that. But I will take you on the winning the first game against
All
New
right,
England. Let me
you
write
got
that
me
down
on
for
that. Write it down,
Yep.
Greg.
I'll take that.
All right. So where me and Tony said win, Greg and CK said lost. Week 2, prime time, 8:20 p.m. at Seattle Seahawks.
Loss.
Tough game,
man.
right? Tough
Well,
game, but
in
here
Seattle?
are the Seattle Seahawks what they used to be. Now they've got. Do you guys guess who their tight end is?
Yeah, Greg Olsen.
Greg
That'll
Olsen.
be a reunion, huh?
Fucking sea chicken. I told
Sea
you,
chicken.
Uncle Greg running with those snowshoes on now. No,
All right.
they do
Call him
not
Old Greg.
have
Old Greg.
Jadeveon Clowney no more. No, I am not. I'm not saying this is an automatic, but I can see the Patriots winning. But I would understand at home Seattle. I say, all right, 1-1. I'm with you.
Because that's probably the first home game of the season. So
All right.
I would imagine.
So you're saying, Tony, loss?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'll give you that just because I want to hear the rest of it. I think the Patriots with Cam can win that. Fuck that. Yeah,
I'm saying W. I think that.
I like that. I like that. Pull that
Okay.
big old anaconda out.
Because I'm saying this is Cam Newton showing off, man. Y'all remember how many times him and Russell went back and forth when Cam was healthy?
He ain't
MVP
scared of that
season
shit.
later on.
Yeah.
No, man.
In that one season, though, every other year, Russell Wilson
Well-
dominated Cam. I hate to say it, but he has.
But yeah,
No, he has not
right.
dominated. That's lies. As
All
dominated
right, I'm gonna look
is
at the record.
is
I'm gonna look at the
embellishment.
record.
It's an
They've
embellishment.
been close.
If we had 3 years of 15 to 12 games.
They definitely
You know what I'm
have the
saying? So
series
you
over
cannot.
us.
Yeah, if you judge it by wins, then yes, he will have it.
Well, that's what you got to
But
judge
they
about, right? That's all that matters
but
at the end of the day.
but if you win 15
cares
to
if they threw 4 yards
12,
from a
your
touchdown? They win
quarterback
the
didn't
game.
win the game for you.
Look, let's see.
Your defense did. The Legion of Boom won those games. Not, you know who won those games? Here, I'll give you this one. Is that fucking Earl Thomas or Bobby Wagner or whoever came up and punched that ball out of D'Angelo Williams' hand on the 2-yard line? Right? We were down 15. We lost 15 to 12. There were 3. They didn't score over 20 points in any game, either of those teams for 3 years straight. It's crazy. You want to tell me who beat us in those games? It was Luke Wilson, which was their tight end at the time. I understand, but it's not just quarterback on quarterback. Who's next?
Panthers God says check Hawks roster. They upgraded this offense. Seattle has a chance to win the West, and
Good.
that is true.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What did CK and Greg say? Are y'all taking W or L right here for the
I'm taking an
Patriots?
L at Seattle. I'm starting them
Oh,
off
all right.
1-2.
Taking a
CK,
W.
what-
I'm
you
saying
take-
W.
All right, me and CK are going W. Week 3, 1:00 game at home in Foxborough against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Win. That's a
win.
W. All
Yeah,
W.
That's a
win.
W. All right, here comes all of us giving them an L. Week 4 at the Chiefs.
L.
No, that's just
I gotta take that. Yeah.
until proven
That's
otherwise.
only because of until proven otherwise. Because really, the odds are that the Chiefs aren't going to be what they were last year.
Yeah, they're going to take a step. Well, I mean, to be fair, they weren't what they were the 2 years ago when on Patrick Mahomes' first full real season. So I mean, his MVP season. Like they weren't even that last year, and they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I'm okay with 2-2 here, but I am kind of thinking they might steal this in Kansas City.
No way.
Yeah.
But, okay. If you feel it.
To be fair, Cam Newton has yet to play Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, that'd be the first time. That'd be fun, man. That'd be fun. If it would have joined the Chargers, it would have been twice a year.
And we gotta talk about, does Cam Newton have potentially the best offensive weapons he's had ever in New England?
Now this one is has a different feel to it. Week 5 at home against the Broncos.
Ooh,
man!
They're gonna win that shit, no doubt. The Broncos are not gonna be. You're telling me Drew Lock is gonna come?
I'm gonna make a bold
Cam
prediction
Newton?
right now.
That's a win.
I think Cam Newton makes Von Miller look like a schoolgirl.
Yes. Boom. Give me the W.
I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna stiff arm Von Miller with one play, and Von Miller is gonna look stupid. Anyway, that's
the Pats are 3-2. We're 3-2 in week 5, going into week 6.
I would say also, I do think the Broncos are going to be a more improved team.
Okay.
Fat Chubb, Von Miller, they upgraded the offense with Jerry Jeudy. I think Drew Lock has the potential. I'm going to give the Patriots a W against the Broncos week 5. Then we have a bye. Then we have a 4:30 game in Foxborough.
It's not we. We're not Patriots fans. Don't say we.
We're Cam fans, though. We're with Cam. We're riding with Cam.
Yeah, we're Cam fans. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. All right, week 7 at home in Foxborough against the 49ers.
Lost.
Defense, man.
I think that's also one of those games.
It's tough.
I think Cam wins that one.
Oh, I like that, CK, because here's the thing, is that I'm always ready to take a team that was awesome this past year, that takes a step back. Can they recreate it? The San Francisco 49ers. You should give them the benefit of the doubt, but I like that. In Foxborough, Cam against
you guys
the
remember,
big defense.
They talk about the Super Bowl hangover. Every team has experienced it up to this point. Like, since we've had ours.
No.
But San Francisco didn't win it, right?
We've had ours, okay.
Who won
We've
it?
had ours, I'll give you that. But I was going to say there's not been – not every team's experienced that. But since 2015, I could say yeah, but not since –
the losing – I will say the losing team always does take away a step back the following season. The team that lost the Super Bowl. So it will be interesting to see how the 49ers respond.
And look, Josh from Mass –
that's going to be an interesting game for the Jimmy G storyline, on top of the fact that I personally do not believe Jimmy G is an elite quarterback. Period.
I think he's a good. I think he's a good quarterback, though. I don't think he's an elite quarterback.
I think he is a great backup. I think he's starting caliber, but I don't think that he is a franchise quarterback. I don't.
How about
all right? So if we say,
let me say one thing. We're all hoping that Teddy Bridgewater is at least Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, what's the next game? Here, a couple of things is Josh from Mass, who is, and F you, Josh. He says, Tony's a closet Bills fan. No, I'm a closet Patriot fan, obviously, at this point. Cam is going to New England, is going to crush it. Tony is crushing Tony. It does hurt that he's going to New England, but the only other I'm okay with him. Like, he's like my Darth Vader now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I like
Darth. At the same time, you're like, if you win, that means the light is done. Like, the light side doesn't exist anymore. You kind of have this.
Yeah, there's only two teams.
Battle inside.
What teams, if Cam went to, would be impossible? There's only two for me.
Falcons and Saints.
Yeah. Like, other than that, I'm secretly rooting for him.
No, yeah.
Even if it was the Bucks we're secretly rooting for.
Yeah, exactly. That shows you how much of an asshole we are.
Oh my gosh.
So by the way, can I just say though that every team that the Patriots face, they're either going up against a proven quarterback or they're going up against an up and coming quarterback.
Who are the next two teams? Give me two teams, and I'll make my picks right now, and then you talk about it because I gotta go piss.
So, what you want 2 in a row?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Tell me the two teams they got next because I'm at 3-3. I would say this is. I actually am with CK. I think they're gonna beat the 49ers. I believe that, but I'm gonna say a loss just because it makes because of
to
reason.
The 49ers.
Yeah.
So far I have them losing to the Chiefs and the 49ers so far.
Can I say? Well,
yeah.
sorry, I was going to say let
the next two teams. The next two teams.
Yeah, the next two teams are 1 o'clock at Buffalo, and the next one is an 8 o'clock game at the Jets.
All right, so I think that the Buffalo game actually will be tough. I did think that adding Cam to that team would have been kind of cool, right? But I'm gonna say this: as I say, we split there. We're at 4-4, and I hate to say that. I really think the Pats win both of those with Cam Newton, but I'm gonna give the Bills some respect. So they lose on the road to Bills and win on the road to the Jets. You guys carry it.
I'll just go fast and say WW. I think both of those are a victory.
Yeah.
CK, what say you?
I agree. I agree that it's going to be a victory. The part, one of the things that I'm not saying that it's likely that the Pats beat the 49ers, but I think that just because we're talking about it in chat here, I think that, and I'm going backwards here on this, that in my opinion, how many teams built like the 49ers have as dominant of a team the next year? It's rare. The Bears had the exact same type of a team that the 49ers did 2 years ago. And look what happened last year.
It could certainly fall apart. I love Javon Kinlaw, who they drafted better than our own. Derek Brown, at least I had them rated higher in my evaluation.
Yeah.
Listen, I think the interesting wrinkle is the Bills, because if anyone knows what a prime Cam Newton is capable of, it's Sean McDermott.
Yeah.
And that defense is humming. And they added AJ Epinesa. They added even more players
Stephon Diggs as well with the offense.
Stephon Diggs. And let's be real, everyone wants to call Josh Allen the white Cam Newton, and that's I see the comparisons, but
it's maybe a fraction of what Cam Newton was.
100%. So I got 2 W's there, so that's 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6. Right now, I'm at 6-2.
See, I'm with Tony. I took 2 wins right there, but that puts me at 4-4. So I'm right there, halfway through at about 4-4. So
okay. Oh no, we have to talk about this until Tony gets back. The battle of the 2 Russian quarterbacks, baby, in prime time. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens come to Foxborough.
I think I'm telling you that is a step backwards for the this is going to be a step back for the Ravens.
The Ravens. All right.
Yeah, this is the Ravens are taking a step backwards because guess what? What their advantage was last year is they had the element of surprise. Nobody knew what to expect with them.
Agreed. 100%.
Nobody did. They had these multiple tight end sets. It was something that nobody was doing. They can't. They're going to know what to expect with this now. It's the exact same thing that's happened with many other teams. It happened with Cam Newton in his second and third year, where people started to figure out it wasn't like necessarily stopping it, but our success level wasn't at that same height until we we ended up changing things up, and Cam Newton was able to run the offense the way he needed to run it. I don't get that same feel from Lamar Jackson.
Well, see, I agree with you there, CK. I don't think that's very sustainable, and I think people will figure out a way to get around that, just like I think they will with, what's the guy from Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes. I think eventually they're going to figure him out, but I don't think this year is going to be that year. I think it takes 2 or 3 years to really develop look at how popular the Wildcat was for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Then defenses figured it out. It was done. Cam Newton came in. Defenses figured him out. He didn't play as well. Russell Wilson's been around for 3 years now? This is third or coming up in his fourth year, even though he played one game his first year. People are going to start to figure him out. Same way with Lamar Jackson. I don't think that next year's the year, but I think that within a year or two, they're going to figure him out. So I agree with you. It's going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen next year. I think people are going to have trouble with him.
I think it absolutely is going to happen next year. I think you're going to see
it's valid.
I think that Lamar Jackson takes a big step backwards.
Okay. So I mean, it's not necessarily that I think that he takes a step backward. I just have a feeling that, I mean, again, I'm calling my shot. I think Cam Newton has a comeback year, and everyone wanted to talk about Lamar Jackson and how incredible he is, and he is incredible, man. I'm not taking anything away from Lamar, but rising tides lift all boats. And after the type of season that Lamar had, and let's also be real, they compared that Baltimore Ravens season to the 2015 Panthers.
Yep.
Because they kind of came out of
except for they didn't make the Super Bowl.
So I think this game is going to go down to the wire. But Cam Newton puts the Patriots on his back.
Is this the game I haven't picked yet?
Yeah, this is what you haven't picked. This is Baltimore. This is let me see where it is at. It's in Foxborough in prime time Sunday Night Football.
Patriots
I'll take
win
the win
this
for New England there. Yeah, I'll take the win for New England.
Yeah, I'm taking the Patriots. I'm at 7-2 right now.
Can we real quick? Can I address something in chat? I think it's important. Tommy Doc Martin has been saying this is a Carolina Panthers podcast. Who cares about the Pats? There is nothing else happening with the Carolina Panthers. So this is what we're getting. Like, this is the only thing that's happened.
Yeah,
We've already gone through the season for the Panthers. I'd love to tell you that we can do something else. This is it. This is all that there is.
Cam Chronicles, bro.
And I'm sorry, man. Look, I'll even be extra spicy about this, man. I heard fellow Panther YouTuber Big Cat talking about everyone saying that, oh, you're going to watch all the Patriots games and you're going to support Cam Newton. And that makes you a fake-ass Panther fan. Bro, fuck that dumb shit, man. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to erase Cam Newton from the past decade. Like, everything that he did didn't matter, man. Like, it's not like all of a sudden you're going to build a relationship with this quarterback that has meant everything to your team, and then you're just supposed to not care? Like, come on, bro. We're all Panthers fans. Like, what do you expect us to talk about right now? Like, it's dumb.
And does anybody truly believe that?
Steve Smith.
And does anybody truly believe the Panthers are really contenders? Now, if we happen to be, look, if we play the Patriots in the Super Bowl, do you think we're going to be cheering for the Pats to win?
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
I would be super upset if Cam Newton wins the Super Bowl. Like, I will be that. I'll be less upset than anybody else. But
I do think that we love a comeback story, right? The NFL loves a comeback story, and if you want to keep talking about how cool Thomas Davis is coming back through 3 ACLs, we also would say, wouldn't it be cool if Cam was able to get back to and become who we thought he could be the whole time, where we pushed all the chips in on him every week? And Cody, what did I say to you at your house?
If Cam is on the field, I feel like we have a chance.
That's right. And that's the thing, is that I want... The reason we're so enthusiastically behind Cam, even with the dark-sided Patriots, to me is I'm hoping for that he proves me to be right, just like he kind of already did by signing with the Patriots.
Right. It'll give you more validation if Cam Newton is successful, because then we can basically look at all the Panthers head coaches and people who said that he was no good and everybody else, and kind of give him a good fuck you. Sorry, I don't mean to do that on the podcast, but give him a good F you.
Tony does it all the time, and I got to worry about getting fired.
It'll feel really good to do that. It really will. It'll feel better to do that than to I mean, I don't know. It gives me justification for
Cody is at 7-2. There's no way. I think I left off at 4-3. This makes me 5-3.
You got to be 5. Well, there's 9 games. I'm 5-4. You and I were tied up, I think, at 4-4.
So I picked them losing to the Bills, winning to the Jets. Who's next?
Okay, so you're 4-5 right now. Then Baltimore's next. After that, so you're.
I think it's a win at home. I think it's a tough game, but I do want to remind people that last year the Patriots were a playoff team. They had a defense that was able to carry them throughout the season. In many ways, I feel like you could insert Ron Rivera into the Patriots team right now with Cam Newton, and they would be very successful. Like, this is the team he likes, a team that's going to be okay on offense, put up 20, 24, and then shut you down on defense. The question is, does the Patriots defense, is it what it was last season? I don't know if that's the case. I do want to go on, and let's go to the next game, but I want you guys to think about this. The question are the Patriots, do they not have enough weapons for Cam? Does that make Cam irrelevant? Does it put him back into a Carolina situation? Who's the next team on the list?
So I have us going to, or not us, the Patriots going to 7. Dude, people are gonna fucking call me a Patriots fan forever. I don't give a shit, dude. We are
Cam fans, bro.
Now? Yeah, man. Now
I think I'm 5-4 is where I'm at. I think I'm with Tyler. I think I'm at 5-4.
Okay, now
I
have
5-4 too. Yep.
I got them at 7-3 because they're going to Houston to play Deshaun Watson and
without
the Texans.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah,
without DeAndre Hopkins,
without Jadeveon Clowney. Give me the W.
That matchup is my 2 favorite quarterbacks in all the NFL. I can't wait to see that. I think they're going to narrowly lose that.
Ooh.
I think the Texans, J.J. Watt's coming back. I think Deshaun is the type of player that could put the team on his back. And also, like CK mentioned,
he lost to fucking Kyle Allen, bro. What kind of quarterback loses to Kyle Allen?
Not Josh Allen, Kyle Allen. Yep.
Yeah, I put a lot
because he didn't play Kyle Allen. Their defense did, but
Bill O'Brien
continue.
Super is an idiot. But also, this is the first time that Cam and Deshaun will have played on the same field. So yeah, I have him at 7-3. I gotta take an L. What say you, Tony Dunn?
I think they win this game on the road. I'm not interested in the Houston Texans right now. And we don't have a lot of evidence, and catch me in week 5 or 6 and all of this changes. That's the thing, is we're really making all these predictions based on last season. But yeah, I don't really have any reason to think that Cam Newton and the Patriots defense couldn't beat that team. So yeah, give me the win for Cam Newton. I'm not even calling the Patriots. I'm calling Cam Newton.
Yeah, for Cam Newton. Okay. Did you pick this one?
I think the Patriots win this one as well.
Patriots win. Greg, what say you?
Win.
Is Greg here? Did Greg walk away? I think Greg might have walked away.
All right.
We'll have to get his opinion after. The next one is the Arizona Cardinals. Again, the Battle of the Ones. This is in Foxborough.
Yeah, I think that the Cardinals are kind of an up-and-coming team, right? You add DeAndre Hopkins to the mix. I think Kyler Murray is exciting and all of this and that, but I do have questions. Is it Cliff Kingsbury?
Yeah, Cliff Kingsbury.
Yes.
I'm gonna take Bill Belichick over Cliff Kingsbury. I'm gonna take Cam Newton over Kyler Murray here. Give me the Cam Newtons for the W.
I do think that this is tough. I think the Cardinals and the Broncos for me are 2 teams that I expect to take a jump next season and actually be good football teams. I think this is going to be a tough game. And they got DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler slinging them the ball. It's going to be all right for Cam, but I'm actually going to give him another L right here.
Yeah, I'm with here.
Yeah,
I think the Cardinals make
Greg,
a big step forward.
Yeah, I do too. Greg, did you ever Did you pick the Texans?
I did. I picked a win at the Texans, and is Arizona the next one?
Yeah.
Yes. Then
Okay,
it's
I didn't miss one. I'm taking a win. I'm taking a win in Arizona. So
they're in Foxborough against the Cardinals.
I'm still taking a win.
Doesn't matter where better. So even better.
What number are you at now? You're at
I'm
7.
at 7-4.
Yeah, me and you are at the same
Okay.
7-4.
What am I at now? 6-5.
I don't know. I think 6-5. You have to do your own tally and make sure that.
Right. I can only keep it a 1.
Oh my gosh! Why are you guys not doing a better job?
So, all right, the next 3 games in a row are all on the road. Okay.
That's tough.
4:30 against the Rams.
Oh, win. That's a
win. Yep.
Wow.
I will also say that is a W.
Yep.
They stay on the West Coast. They stay in the same city and the same stadium for a primetime game, Sunday Night Football against the Chargers.
That's a win.
I'm gonna take a loss there.
Okay.
That Chargers defense is nasty.
They are, and a lot of people wanted Cam to go to Los Angeles. Let me ask this: is Justin Herbert going to be the starter
at
that point in time?
I think so.
You think?
Who else is going to start?
Tyrod Taylor?
No. Tyrod Taylor is a stopgap for every team. I love Tyrod Taylor. He's a stopgap for every team he goes to. He plays 3 or 4 games, and then he's
just like Teddy Bridgewater.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that point. I agree with you there, but I just don't think Tyrod Taylor is a franchise quarterback. I like the guy, but
either way, I think that number one, Bill Belichick has seen enough of Tyrod to know how to beat him, right? And then the other part is Bill Belichick is the master at making rookie quarterbacks look stupid. You know?
Yeah, and that's a great point. He's a rookie. He's another guy that I told y'all about. Justin Herbert. It kind of compares to Cam. 6'6", rocket arm, mobile. Has some problems going through certain progressions, but yeah, I think that's a W for Cam Newton and the Patriots. Did you pick that, Tony? You said that's a.
I just counted my own tally since you guys can't keep up with it.
Poor thing.
Yeah, I think this makes.
There'll be no math. Come on.
And actually, I forgot my own tally since I said that. All right, so I think we win. Cam wins against the Dolphins 1. I'm gonna say a loss on the road against the Seahawks, even though I don't believe it's gonna happen. So 1-1. Then he wins 2 against the Raiders, a loss against the Chiefs, make it 3 wins against the Broncos, 3-3 against the 49ers, give me 4 wins against the Jets, makes it 5 wins against the Ravens, 6 against the Texans. Yeah, because I counted it as a loss. I got 6, 7. I'm saying the Patriots have 7 wins heading into LA. Make it 8. I think the Chargers are going to be a tough team to play. Their defense, when we look at it, could be nasty as all get out.
But you also got to remember, last year the Pats had a phenomenal defense, and they didn't lose as many pieces as people thought they would this year. That's why
was Trey Flowers the year before Cody or this year?
The year before. He's a Detroit Lion now.
So I'm ready to say, I'm gonna say this: the Patriots go on the road against the Chargers right now. I'm giving them the W. Is that where we're at? The Chargers.
Yeah.
So that puts them at 8, bro. I'm at 8 right now.
So we're the same. We're at 8-5. We just have wins in different places.
Yeah,
I'm right there at 8-5 with you.
Because I might give them a loss against the Bills, even though I don't think it's going to happen. I don't want to be overly optimistic. I gave them a loss against the 49. I think they could win that game at home. So that's where I'm at.
So our next game, this is the final road game of the season for Cam and the Patriots at the Dolphins.
That's a W for me.
Yeah,
That's a W.
You think
And we
Tua
finished the
Tagovailoa
season-
is going to come in? And I mean,
Yeah, Tua Tagovailoa.
there is something to be said. If I think there's going to be a game split there, then I'll give them that maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And then we bundled these two last time. So the final two games of the season are, again, the Bills, followed by the Jets, and they close it out at home, both of those games.
I think they lose to the Bills, but they win to the Jets.
Yeah.
I think they win both.
I think.
Yeah, I got.
All right, what's the worst season the Patriots have here? 9?
The worst season?
That's what I think that's what we're looking at right now.
The best season is 11 for me.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Is that
no? Yours is not. Wait, do you have 11 wins?
No, I have them at. I think I have them at 10 because I have them winning the last one. I think they win against the Chargers. Maybe they split out of that with the Rams, so give them a loss at the Rams. But they win the last 3 out of 4 games. I think they're at 10-6 at the work. 10-6 or 11-5.
I agree. I think you're right about the sweet spot, and that is a wild card or division title in that division.
Oh, they're going to dominate
very easily.
Let's ask this question. Who hasn't given their point? Who hasn't given their predictions yet? Because I have a good question.
I have them going 12-4.
Wow.
Okay.
On the tough ass schedule.
12-4 is what I said originally, but I didn't look at the schedule. So 12-4 is very possible.
I got them losing to the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Texans, and the Cardinals.
I got them losing to the Chargers, the Niners.
I don't think they're going to lose the Cardinals.
Seattle and Miami.
I respect the Cardinals, but I don't respect Cliff Kingsbury yet. You know, and I respect Bill Belichick.
And yeah, a lot of it is betting upon Kyler Murray being in the second year in that system. You add DeAndre Hopkins, right. You add Isaiah Simmons to that defense. So I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting. I think they'll take a step forward. I'd also say the Broncos are probably. I think the Broncos are going to be a lot better.
Somebody asked in chat, "What if Cam Newton doesn't earn the starting job?" Is there any question that
there's no way.
Yeah. I think he is the immediate starter. I don't even think there's a question. And we heard Colin Cowherd talking about like there were fans of Stidham in the locker room. Fuck that. No.
Yeah.
They signed Cam to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
You know, listen, I've heard the theories out there. And one of the theories I heard from Pat McAfee, by the way, was Bill Belichick, and this was a month ago. He said Bill Belichick is going to wait. He is going to wait, and he's going to wait until there is no market for Cam, and nobody is calling, nobody's reaching out, and he is going to get Cam for free, essentially.
Well,
and then he is going to. And then guess what? He got a league minimum with incentive-based contract. What's interesting about the incentive-based contract, because they have no cap space, is that anything he earns from the incentive this year counts against the cap next year.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. Question for you. Follow-up question to Pat McAfee and yourself, because you're the liaison. What is up with this story that no other teams had? There was no interest in Cam except for maybe one little minor call from the Browns. Do you buy it?
The Browns? Really? No, I don't buy that.
Yeah, the rumor is the only two teams that were in contact with Cam Newton were the Browns and the Patriots.
The Browns are an interesting question. Why would they even be interested with Baker Mayfield at the helm?
Yeah, I don't think they would be at all. Just my opinion. They've gone all in on that guy.
I think this is a referendum on all GMs. I think this is a referendum on the NFL. And I know that we use the most high-profile case in Colin Kaepernick to make this example, right? But Chase Daniel making $7 million or whatever he makes and this and that. The question is, are these players apples for apples, better or worse from each other? And we have to believe this, is that if not a single team if the Bears didn't look into this, if the Jacksonville Jaguars didn't look into this, if the Tennessee Titans didn't look into this,
the Chargers.
Here, you know what? Shame on you, motherfuckers. Shame on you. And I'm calling y'all out. Because seriously, you're trying to tell me that the only people with fucking sense in the world is Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots? Well, damn, give us a job.
Hey, now imagine how Cam Newton feels. Imagine Cam.
No, I understand. Look, dude, I've been trying to suck Cam's D for years. I mean, come on, I understand.
Dude, but this is part of the reason why I'm really. I mean, of course, I'm a Cam stan. Everyone knows that.
Right. We all are. That's why we just devoted 45 minutes to talking about the Patriots' schedule.
But one of the reasons that I truly believe that he's really going to have a bounce-back season is, okay, there's a saying, don't trust someone when they tell you who they are. Trust them when they show you who they are. What has Cam Newton shown himself to be? A guy that when everyone's doubting him, when all the cards are down, when no one believes in him, including the team that he brought to a Super Bowl, and all these other teams that are going to go forward with Gardner Minshew and Nick Foles and all this
Gardner Minshew, he's a white Cam, by the way. Gardner Minshew's a white Cam.
No, he's not. That's
not the on the field, off the field.
Why do we have three white Cams? We have Josh Allen, somebody else with Justin Herbert, and then
those are all on the field. Those are all on the field. Gardner Minshew is a Cam off the field. He's got this mad style. He looks like a 70s porn star. He's got all that. It's not on the. And by the way, Gardner Minshew used to play for the ECU Pirates. But my point is this: it's not
a crush.
No, it's not an on the field thing. It's not an on the field. It is. He's the swagadocious white Cam. You know what I'm saying? Because Cam's got that swagger that is just so the drip. All of those things I hate saying. Because what was it? Because my man is a trendsetter, bro. The dab, he took the dab. Well, he made the dab internationally acclaimed.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember Pat McAfee saying when they do the top 100 players, when they were doing Cam Newton's vignette, Pat McAfee was like, whoever sings that dab song, they owe Cam Newton royalties.
Yes. Because they were from Atlanta. They were from Atlanta. They were cats that grew, so dope.
Yeah, the Migos, man. But just to finish my earlier point real quick, because that Cam Newton has never had a bigger chip on his shoulder than right now. Even after he left Blinn Community College, all that, man. Dude, Cam Newton thrives in these moments, and he has shown us what he does in these moments.
And I believe in him. That's why I think they're going to be badass. I believe in him.
You know why? On top of that, is we have a coach who has proven that he is able to actually adjust, who is able to actually lead a team to success.
That's why I think Josh McDaniels might be the weak link. Yeah. I think Bill Belichick is the strength. I think that Cam Newton is the strength. I'm concerned about Josh McDaniels, but I don't buy the bullshit that they said that Josh McDaniels didn't come to Carolina because he didn't want to work with Cam. Because no, we hired a coach and they fired Cam. So if that's the deal breaker, if it's the deal breaker, then no. I think that Bill Belichick does what we think great coaches do, and that is put their players in the best places for success and take advantage of other team weaknesses. And did we believe that Ron Rivera and that staff did that? That's the problem. We did not think that coaching staff gave us an advantage. We thought that they made us good, but we never thought that the coaching staff themselves gave us an advantage. And we truly believe that with Bill Belichick, and that's why all of a sudden the media narrative is going to change while Cam Newton is married to someone who is going to make the best out of him, while Cam Newton is already going to fuck y'all's bitches and have 7 kids.
Can I make another prediction too? The Patriots are not done. I've been hearing rumors that Martavis Bryant is looking to get back
Yes!
into the NFL.
Yes!
Hey, Josh Gordon apparently is trying to get back into the NFL.
I love Josh Gordon, but
yes,
you're right.
Regardless of what you think about any of those guys, it behooves them to add another weapon to this team for Cam to throw the deep ball, especially if his shoulder is indeed healed like he says it is. So that's my prediction. I'm saying it now. I don't think that the Patriots are done. The roster that they have now, it's not going to be the.
They're never done. That's the thing that's awesome about the Patriots, and that's why this Cam signing was so fortuitous. Right. We saw it coming because this is what they do. The Patriots have sold their soul. Like, we all be like, well, the Panthers are this moral team, and it turns out that Jerry Richardson's not this moral fucking compass. So we continue to try to be like, well, we're like building this family culture and this and that, and the Patriots are cheating. No. You know what they did? They went and got Randy Moss. You know what they did? Right. They went and got Antonio Brown and won a game with his ass and then cast him to the sidelines. These motherfuckers are not done. And you're 100% right, Cody, is that Cam might be the most high profile. You think... Question to you. We listened to this.
Tyler Lovato says the Patriots have Demir Bird on their team.
That's what I heard today, too. They had Demir Bird.
I went on the radio. How about this? I went on the radio on Friday, and my boy said this. Actually, not on Friday because he brought me in for a special edition on Monday and yesterday, and he said, and I said, he was like this and that, and he was shitting on the Patriots offense last year, and rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? It was just like not that good, and I said, fuck that, man. First week, 89-yard touchdown, Cam Newton to Baby Bird, chirp, 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 chirp. Weapons. Can we go to the call, or you guys got something to say?
I just want to say one thing real quick about what Cody said. I get what you're saying, but you're speaking cliches, which I don't like really cliches because they run hand in hand with stereotypes. And you're right. Don't tell me what you can do. Show me what you can do. Unfortunately, for the last 2 seasons, what Cam Newton has shown us is not going to. I mean, if you go by that base, the standard is not looking good.
But that's an injured Cam Newton.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, you're still saying, show me what you can do. If you look at the last 2 years, what he's done.
Well, then you're worried about his availability.
Greg, you mean the last 7 games that he played, right? It's the last 8 games he played. Yeah, that's.
But it was
different.
over 2 years.
It was over 2 years.
It was over 2 years. No, it wasn't
the last
over 2 years. It was not over 2
4
years.
Last year, and it was week 8 of the year before. So it's basically 2 seasons.
The people who
he played the first 2 weeks of last year, and then he played the last 8 games of the year before, or no, the last 7 games of the year before that.
Okay.
And
first 7.
And he was on pace in 2018. He was on pace for a career year, better than his 2015 year, right? You guys forget that. And so when we talk about...
And without the rushing touchdowns, by the way.
Yeah. And without that, with him actually adjusting the way he's playing, and then he got injured in the middle of that season. So in all reality, it's been a year and a half, and then it was only really a total of 8 games, and not even a full year, if you look at it from that perspective.
Not a total of 8 games, though. It was 8 games one season and 14 games the next season.
No. That's an injury. That's an injury. You're saying
I think CK is what Greg is saying is unavailability.
Right, he's played 10 games in the last.
And that is availability. Availability is the number one thing. If you think about this, is that all right? So I'm a giant KK Short fan. Okay. Right when we were,
I thought you were going to say something else for a minute. Yeah. I was like, "Whoa, what?
What you think I was going to say? Ketamine or something like that?"
No, I thought you were going to add
started with 2 Ks.
Yeah, I thought you were going to add an extra K. I was like, "Wow, I didn't see that coming."
No, but KK, like KK Short, right? I mean, like I've always since like his rookie year been all like, this is my dude. This is my dude. And on this podcast, I marginalized Star Lotulelei. right? Is that I said, like, he's good. I'm glad we got him. He's not been a bad player, this and that. But I always thought that KK was a better player, right? And he was more important to our team. So Starr then leaves and goes to Buffalo. Starr has played something of like 95 out of 96 games. He hasn't missed a game. I'm pretty sure he hasn't missed a game. Maybe even like one snap. Like the point that I'm trying to make is availability is important. So really what Cam's problem was not his quarterback play. It was just his unavailability.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That was it.
I don't think that he can't be successful. I don't think he's going to be injured next year. But if you use that cliche of show me what you do instead of tell me what you do, well, don't look at that. Because if you show him what he's done in the last couple of years, you don't want to look at that. It's not been the last great 2 years for the last 2 years for him.
I think it's a good injury to come back from that. I think his foot is, I think they turned it. I think he's got a titanium foot now. Like, he is ready to go.
That would be funny. That would be hilarious.
The number's 252-228-5098. You're going to cover the call as, again, I got to get another beer and drain the lizard.
Beer runs through you, yep.
Chef Jeff here again.
Oh, again?
Calling in, it's like Tuesday afternoon.
Wait, did he say again?
He said again, but he might just mean like...
No, because I got all these calls. I get all the calls. I don't play them all in order usually. Let me see. That's him. Let me see if he come back. What's his number? 5222. Here it is. Here's his first call. Because all you guys are calling all day. You guys call all in at the same time.
Oh, by the way, Tyler Lovato said he had to bounce. Thanks for the bars, Tyler.
Dude, you're a fucking legend, homie. Go to work and remember you should be in Motown.
Hi. What's up, C3? Chef Jeff here. It's Sunday, about 9 o'clock. Just got the news. I just want to say I called it. I can't remember if I called it on one of my phone calls or not, but I know I definitely called it on Facebook and everywhere else. Cam Newton signed with the New England Patriots for a 1-year deal. And even though I cannot stand the Patriots and Bill Belichick, I'm going to pull for him because I want to see him go win a fucking Super Bowl. And I hope he does.
Yeah.
Just to rub it in Carolina's fucking face and David Tepper and Matt Rule's face. I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, not that I can't believe it. I can't believe what they did. And just, I hope he gets to rub it in their fucking face with the Lombardi Trophy. Honestly, even as much as I hate the Patriots, they just Matt Rule and David Tepper deserve it. Honestly, I mean, like we brought up before,
I like
on the podcast. Yeah. I've mentioned it before. I totally believe that they sat there and had that meeting that Cam Newton talked about Super Bowl week, and they sat there and lied to that man's face, knowing all along that they weren't going to keep him. And then, to get down to it, and when you had a chance to get rid of him and get something for, a former MVP starting quarterback, and you get nothing because you signed Teddy Bridgewater, and then you tell teams, hey, you can just get Cam Newton for free when we release him, even though, you might have been interested. We got I think a 3rd or a 5th round pick for Kyle Allen, but we couldn't get shit for Cam Newton because we're fucking retarded. Thanks, Marty Harney. Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to call and maybe be the first call. Like I said, Sunday night, 9 o'clock news just came across. I'll be listening Tuesday. Keep pounding, guys.
Keep pounding, man. Listen, anyone can tell me I'm off base for this, man. Listen, I think you guys have learned this about me right now. I really don't give a fuck what anyone says or thinks about me. I just don't give a shit, man. I can't do it. And you're not going to call my Panther fandom into question no matter what I say. I'm a Panthers fan through and through, and that's never going to change. But I can just be honest and say I want Trevor Lawrence to be the future quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. So I am absolutely fine with pulling for the Patriots and for Cam Newton for 1 year so that Cam Newton can get the credit that he so deserves for everything that he's done in the game of football. And that's not even talking about off the field. We haven't even talking about everything that Cam Newton did for the community here in Carolina, what he did for sick kids, when he implemented that Sunday giveaway, giving away a football. Cam Newton means something real to Charlotte, to both the Carolinas, and to the Carolina Panthers. So I don't give a damn, man. I hope the Panthers suck next year. I hope they show some signs of life, so that way there's a reason to be hopeful about the defense and our offensive coordinator and all this other shit. But I want a brand new franchise quarterback. And if Teddy Bridgewater shoves his wiener in my mouth and makes me shut up, good, dude. I'm all about it. Go Teddy Bridgewater. But, dude, I'm just going to keep it 100, man. I'm pulling for Cam Newton this season. And then the Panthers, one, they need to be humbled. And number two, lose one more season to build up so that way the next 10 can be incredible here in Carolina. That's the shit I'm on.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You guys have, it's very obvious, and I made it very clear on here that I'm not happy with the Tepper and the Rule era, what's going on right here, and you guys have vehemently defended what's going on there and told me that I'm wrong, which is fine. It's an opinion, and you may be right. There's a very good possibility you're right.
Well, I would caution that we've just been optimistic.
Okay. What, based on this decision of the way they handled the Cam Newton situation and where they are now, makes you think that they have control of what's going on, that they have a good grasp and a good idea for the future, based on the fact that we're all knocking them for letting Cam Newton go, for the way they handled that, but in the other hand, we say, oh well, they've got great opportunity in the future, and we think they're going to do great, but they really fucked this situation up. Like how I don't get how the two match together.
It's a strong point.
Like, it seems like you're kind of being a little hypocritical about it. Like in one hand, you're saying Matt Rule and Tepper are doing a great job, but they really messed the situation up.
I think the question you asked is a good one, right? You're saying why can we say that they're in control and that we try? I think this is their control, right? This is showing they are in control. They're not letting a name dictate what the moves are that they're making. Okay. If they don't believe Cam Newton is the answer for them, they made the decision that he is not the answer. That's control beyond control. That is it. Yeah. That is control. And so the reason I say that, if they have a vision, then I'm not ready to shit on that vision just yet until I see that there's reason to shit on it. Right. That's where that's where my optimism
reason to shit on it. Then.
Well, but it goes back to the cliche that Cody was talking about just a minute ago. Show me what you are. Don't tell me who you are. They're telling us one thing, they're doing another, and the decision they made, we all hate. So based on that decision, why would we go forward thinking, well, they're doing the right thing and they're going to make the right decisions because we
I don't think anybody's
agree with what they did. You know?
I don't think anybody's saying they're doing the right thing yet. Like we don't know. I mean, we're optimistic they're doing the right thing.
Okay, I get you.
You know,
the only thing we're optimistic about is that they were decisive.
Yeah.
They were.
Other than that, we don't.
They strung Cam Newton along for months. They weren't decisive at all. They lied.
They decided that he wasn't going to be the guy.
No. If they were decisive, they would have cut Cam Newton 4 months ago, at the beginning of free agency, and let him do a good job.
Why do that if you didn't know Teddy Bridgewater was on the hook?
One thing that Greg is right about, like the fact that we got Teddy Bridgewater before we ended up releasing Cam Newton, like that, we didn't get anything for him. That's a mark on Marty Hurney, in my opinion. But I will say this though, man, it's so easy for David Tepper and Matt Rule to come in and say like, look, we know there's a history here in Carolina with Cam Newton, but that's not our history. And they're not going to take so much. Yeah, fans are going to be mad like us right now, but I mean, like I said before, their mindset is fans are going to forget that shit extra quick when the Panthers start winning football games. And right now, that's what they have in mind.
Well, are we going to forget that shit, though? How about this? Are we going to imagine how we treated him? Are we gonna forget this shit when we're 4? Because I told Greg, and he's gonna owe me $10 when the Panthers win 5
all
wins.
I need is 6 wins, baby. 6 wins is all I need.
But when they win 5, I'm gonna win it. So what about this? So the Panthers are 5 and 11, and the Patriots are 11-5. Do you think we're gonna be on this podcast talking about how awesome of a decision it was to let we were all of this? Is that we ultimately said this? Is that when Matt Rule was hired, we were excited about a young, new vision
Not me.
All right.
Good.
We were excited about the young, new vision, this and that, a fresh start, but none of us were excited about that new, fresh start without Cam Newton.
Yeah,
No.
that's a good point.
And
Very good point.
the only thing that is stopping Cam Newton from being a Carolina Panther in our minds on this podcast, there's only one single thing that made Cam Newton not make sense for us, and that was signing him to a long-year multi-year deal. Right? Because what did I say is that make his ass play the final year of his contract and see where we're at.
Yes.
That's what we all wanted. That's what we were all saying. That's what we were all screaming. And by the way, we didn't even get to this yet. And Tony, if I don't know if you think this is a good time or not to play that little clip I sent you, if you have it.
Which one?
The part of his video where he puts it's like his homage to Carolina. Because another thing that I'm surprised we haven't mentioned yet is yesterday Cam Newton put out his own vlog on his YouTube channel. And one of the things that he said was, I want to make it clear so everyone knows. The Panthers told me that they were going to move on from me. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what they told me that they were going to do. It was only after they told me that they had made that decision that I told them, okay, I want to seek a trade. So, it was never Cam Newton wanting to move away from this franchise. But another thing, and I'm sorry, man, I know I sound like a broken record player here, but Cam Newton in this video released a montage that the Panthers should have released.
Let's go to it.
That I agree with.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to it. Here it is.
Here's the part of it. Here's the part of it that I'll say. Remember what happened when we fired Ron Rivera? We had this whole goodbye sequence.
Oh, it was so fucking awful. It was so annoying how sycophantic we were. And that's not the right word. We were so I am getting divorced from you, but I love you, baby. No matter what.
I agree with that, Cody, and I appreciate that mindset, but I also want to look at it from, again, playing devil's advocate, so we're not all just sitting here on one side of the seesaw where we can't actually have a little fun. Right. The other part is, how often do we hear people finding out they're released by the news telling them they're released, not by the coaching staff?
Steve Smith found out from a tweet or a text message.
Right. Well,
and you saw how bad that was. We called it crappy, too.
Well, I think there are examples of teams that do it very well and commemorate players that have lent so much to specific franchises. And, then there are teams and players that have absolutely dropped the ball. But, Tony, let's play it, and then let's react and
here we go.
Kind of go from there.
Hold up.
With the first pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Cam Newton, quarterback, Auburn.
And the 2015 18 most valuable player is Cam Newton.
We are here for Cam Jam. It's Cam's Thanksgiving Jam, feeding 1,300 kids from the YMCAs all across the greater Charlotte area.
And Cam came in tonight and he just reminded folks that they matter and that
I was at the
matter,
Houston game.
and brought joy, and it was amazing.
Hey, watching this, I will say there will never be a better looking quarterback in the
Panthers community to take care of
I know, dude.
I don't think there will ever be a better looking quarterback. He just looks like a Superman.
We aspire to get to that part with him.
You ain't gotta do nothing special.
Yo, come on, Mac. Cam.
Here it is.
I like that.
I like that. Damn. I like that all day. Let's all dab for Cam. Woo! That dab on him shit was so dope.
All
right. Before we get into the conversation, before we get into all that, I want to bring this up, is that Cam Newton was criticized for saying, I want to be I'm more than a football player, an icon, an entertainer. He did all those things. Check, 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 check. He check-marked the football player. He check-marked the icon thing. Cam has set so many trends. And the dab, bro, is the trendiest trend. Here, from my man pulling the Superman back, like, I mean, is there anything more iconic than Cam fucking strutting into the end zone, pulling the Superman thing, other than the damn dab, bro? Dab on him. We have a dab on him segment where we do, after the game, we do the best player of the game, even wins or losses, and it's over that. Cam, you are an icon. You have been fundamentally amazing to this team. And I don't know if I want to say the Panthers I know it's treacherous waters for them to honor him too much after they committed to him. But I told you guys last week, the lazy media, they should have stayed out of that tweet, retweet, mention shit and not have Cam on it. They should have just passed. The Panthers have fucked up. Cam is the most important player in the history of our franchise.
Agreed. 100%.
Far and away.
You know? And so, yes, we're going to cheer for him and all this. And I want to ask you guys this question. And I do want you, Cody, to respond. All right, respond to the video. Because my question to you after that is what do the Patriots have enough weapons to make Cam the Cam we want him to be, or is he just in another Carolina situation?
Yeah, so I'll touch on that. But one of the biggest things that, and it really shows off in that video, man. You see Cam Newton, doing his Thanksgiving Day thing where he feeds kids in the community. How many times have we heard stories about him being under the underpass of a bridge, giving out food to homeless people when there's no cameras around? His kickball with Cam, the amount of charity work that he's done.
The Roy and Riot owes their whole success to Cam Newton.
So much of all of the success that the Panthers have experienced it's because of Cam Newton and what he was able to do on and off the field for this football team. And imagine how much of a better farewell it would have been if the Panthers did something like that to honor him and on his way out the door and show him, hey, listen, you're not a part of our future plans for whatever reason. That's on the decision makers.
Why didn't they?
Organization, why didn't they, Tony?
That's my question is why didn't they? Why didn't they have at least a little send off? CK has been on this podcast for the last 6 weeks saying this mug ain't even on their fucking social media page.
Social media, nothing. Yeah.
We don't need you. And you know what? Maybe we don't need you to have the produced video. Yes, we do. Why didn't they, Cody?
I mean, listen, I really do think that maybe the Panthers feel like since such a large portion of the Panther fan base is so spurned by this decision that it's best to just distance yourself in every way possible from Cam Newton. And this is what we felt like they've been doing for the past few weeks now. Even going back to that tweet last week that we were talking about, like, it's so tone deaf and it's so clear that they're doing everything in their power to not talk about
Cam though. Why?
Because we got rid of them, and now going forward, the more that they point and show love towards Cam Newton, it's making their current decision makers look bad.
Yeah, that's the answer. That is the answer right there. That's the answer. You nailed it. If they went about celebrating Cam right now, you know what that says is that we didn't make the right decision.
Right, because if you're celebrating him so much, then why isn't he still the quarterback of the football team?
And he should be.
And he should be. Teddy Bridgewater should not be the quarterback.
Again, the position, I feel like, first is that I am a pussy because my Twitter handle is an anonymous one at cat_chronicles, right? And that's the good news, is that like I can tweet and this and that, and I don't have to feel like my job is going to get killed or so. You know, it's not associated with my name. But when it comes down to it, guys, is that we truly understand that Cam should have just, like, if you were the general manager, would you have not played one more season with Cam? 20 million. You didn't save any money going to Teddy Bridgewater. And I understand that you don't think that Cam is a long-term venture or whatever. But in what, I want to be the hard ass. I want to be the asshole, because so many people in the media were like, Cam won't, but if you make him play his final year of contract, you're an asshole. You're an asshole. You know what the asshole move is cutting his ass and him getting paid $1 million by the Patriots. We could have paid him $20 million and he would have been our quarterback. And if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. I don't understand why that has been my whole position as a Cam stan. Is like, make him play the final year of his contract. We have you through this. Sorry, we're not renegotiating. We're worried about your foot. We're worried about your shoulder. We're being honest.
I mean, it was so cheap too. Like when you look at other quarterbacks, that's the part of it that's tough. That's where, that, like I said, I'm not happy about it. I understand what you mean by what you're asking, Greg, with, why are we going to show optimism for a coaching staff when we're not. Their biggest decision up to date is to let go of our favorite player on the team, right? I can't say that I'm happy with that decision, but again, I think that there is a reason that they did that. They have a vision, and I
don't
appreciate
listen to that. CK, you're wrong. They don't have a vision.
You don't think they have a vision? Why would they let go of a quarterback like Cam Newton if they didn't have a vision?
Here's my point with that. I get where you're coming from.
They've continued to say this, that we just felt like this is the right move. That's all they say. It's like, this is the right move. Why? Nobody has been able to answer why they believe that and so here's the deal, is that I was mad optimistic about Matt Rule, Joe Brady getting in charge of Cam. But once they said this, is that we think the best option is without Cam, and then you said, well, it's with Teddy. I'm like, ugh.
Well, look, here's my thing. And CK, I get your point. I really do. And what you're saying has a lot of validity to it. Here's my thing is, it's not so much what they did, it's how they did it. And to me, that shows lack of ability to make a good decision. Okay? So I want a coach who's able to make a good decision. They fumbled this. Not only they fumbled it, it rolled back to the back of the end zone, out of bounds, safety. They did that bad on this.
Get him, Greg.
A coach and owner that makes those kind of decisions is not a guy I put my faith in to make good decisions in the future. Now, they may have a plan, but based on the decisions they've made and the way they handled that, I don't think that plan is a good plan, because they don't seem like good decision makers. They don't seem like they know what. Not they didn't know what they wanted, but
how
they
is
didn't know
the
how to
plan better than Cam? That's what I want to know. How is the plan better than Cam?
You also forget there's 31 other teams that also passed on Cam Newton.
Which I told you they were. That shows us we should be fucking GMs,
we
bro.
We had him under contract, so those 31 other teams don't matter. We had him for one more year.
He should be the quarterback of the Titans. He should be the quarterback of the Redskins. Let's name all the teams he should be the quarterback.
The Chargers, the Jaguars.
But what I'm saying,
I'm not believing in all these.
Their failure to pull the trigger on Cam Newton is also their vision of what their quarterback future is. Because we pulled the trigger, we got rid of him. Yes, we had him in our midst, but they have a vision of what they want, right? So, I'm not saying that I'm happy about it. What I'm saying is that they clearly see what Cam Newton is, and I'm curious, Greg.
But why didn't they just make him play? All right, so explain to me what the vision is, though.
Yeah, I want to hear.
Why would they put that vision out there?
Well, hold on.
Why would they do that?
Let me kind of respond to Greg a little bit and say that first, Greg isn't wrong. Like, if we're all sitting here shitting on these decisions, well, specifically one decision and everything that surrounds that decision, then yeah, there's credence to that argument, because it's like, how do you look at Cam Newton and his film and say, man, I know he's been hurt, but dude, if that guy is healthy and put him in Joe Brady's offense, like, the sky is the limit for what we can do, right? So I understand where Greg is coming from, and I don't think that really
Anthony.
And I don't think that anyone's saying that you're wrong, Greg. It's that at the end of the day, right or wrong, they're going to have the burden of proof, and they're going to have to earn our trust. And you are 100% correct when you say right now, trust in this regime before they've even played a snap of football, it's not very high based on the decisions that they make. They have to go out there and 100% win over some of these fans like myself, like yourself, like us, that are pissed off by the decisions that they make. But the point being, though, is even though as much as I hate it, we all hate it, they made the decision that they made, and we get to see what they're planning to do with this football team. And hey, maybe it does turn out to be incredible, and the brand new vision is way better than the old one. Like, we don't know that yet, but they're definitely going to have to go out of their way to instill faith in Panther Nation. My problem with that is, my final thing, is that I worry that if we have a bad season this year, so many people are already going to have so little faith.
Yes, we will. We will have zero faith in this. And I want to ask you this. Because I want to say this to Panthers God FSU23, who has become an arch nemesis in the chat room.
You gotta have one. You gotta have a rival. Every good year has a rival.
This guy, because
he's my nemesis going back to Twitter, man.
He said this. They all passed on him. All these idiots. What were they thinking?
That kind of sounds like sarcasm coming from me.
Listen real quick though. Like, what y'all are talking about, I think y'all are missing the forest of the trees of what I'm talking about right here. Like, I don't like the decision. Okay, I'm not talking about the decision. I'm talking about the way they handled the decision. It shows lack of leadership. They could have gotten something. If you're going to get rid of Cam Newton, that's fine. Well, it's not fine. I don't want it. But okay, that's fine. You lied to me, and you screwed this guy, and you got nothing for him.
All good points.
That's what pisses me off. It's bad decision making. Okay? Like, if you want to get rid of Cam Newton, that's, like I said, it's not fine. I don't want it. But do it the right way. Get something for him. Don't screw the guy. Those are the things that sit with me, and don't lie to me. Those are the things that sit with me that make me not trust these guys and have no faith in them in the future.
And let me add on.
They can change that, but right now, no. I got nothing in Matt and David Rule, Matt Rule and David Tepper. Like, nothing.
Let me add to this. I want to say this is that I wrote this in the chat room. Is that Greg has been nothing but consistent. So let's give the Bat Daddy credit from the beginning. But a lot of, and I want to temper some of that with this, is that our optimism, Greg, came before Cam was cut. Right, so we hired these people, and we thought, like, all of a sudden this shit was going to be awesome. So, like, you can't hold entirely our optimism with the regime against us because we thought it included Cam.
Okay.
The next point, the next point I want to make is this: is that, and this is where I'm 100% with Greg. Like, and I am leaning more and more towards him. Like, I am suspicious of the Matt Rule Tepper era now because they have to prove so much more to me. Because you're trying to tell me, because this is what their line has been the entire time. And it's been so annoying by Matt Rule, and he might be the guy that's just the shit's falling on his head. You know what I'm saying? It might not be entirely his fault, but clearly, Cam was like, he thought that the vision of creating this team in the future didn't involve Cam. But how in the world do you believe that all of a sudden that the vision of this team is better with Teddy Bridgewater? I do not understand this these words.
And again, I think it's personality. I think I think that he has a certain type of person that he wants on his team, and you see that with the people that have been.
I'm concerned about that, CK.
I mean, again, he has. I'm not saying I'm happy with the direction. What I'm saying is I think that there's some optimism to be had that they have a certain thing that they want to accomplish, and if they accomplish it and it doesn't work, well, guess what? We'll be the laughing stock, and we move on and we get something else, and hopefully can have success with that. But right now, the only thing that I can take any type of solace in is knowing that they wanted to do something and they did it. As opposed to just letting...
That's the only thing you could be like is I wanted a divorce and I got it. Even though my life was great, my life was awesome, those types of things is the only thing that's credible is to give them a decisiveness.
Letting go of Cam, that wasn't the easy route, was it? I mean, look at every interview he has to deal with now. That wasn't the easy thing for him to do. Did you see his
last interview, which was...
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, he finally got irritated by it.
He's like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. And I get it. But, I mean, this is the part that I think that I want to try to give him credit for is that he wanted that what he wanted was something this like. So if we talk about him lying to us, right? I'm excited to coach Cam Newton. Well, guess what? If he said we'll see what the future holds, and he gave us
we would have bashed
insecurity.
His ass.
Well, guess what? We would have been just as mad. And not only that, if we kept Cam, guess what? Cam wouldn't have trusted him at all. If he would have been on the roster, like he wasn't committing to him at that point in time, and he was still the quarterback. But now, I mean, because he was able to actually say, hey, listen, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not saying I promise you he's going to be the quarterback, but I am looking forward to the opportunity to coach him if that's going to be, the bottom line. I don't think there's ever a right thing you're going to see in this scenario one way or another. If
I think what this continues to bring up is my major concern with Matt Rule.
It's any coach. It's not even just Matt Rule. Any coach is going to have this exact same situation.
My major concern with Matt Rule has to do with his ability to transform from a college environment to a pro environment.
Been saying it since day one.
Yep. And I am worried, ultimately, that he has made a decision that Cam Newton's personality isn't right for the team. So he needs a guy that fits better, a guy that fits better. But look, first of all, is that we know that Cam is not lazy. We know he works harder than everybody. Everybody in the locker room loves him. The fact that you see so many former Panthers celebrating that he's now with a team tells you a lot. Jonathan Stewart, as soon as it came out, said, yo, this is the best day of 2020. You know what I mean?
And did you hear that Albert Breer said that Bill Belichick contacted Norv Turner before they signed Cam Newton?
No, I did not hear this, but I believe it.
They said that Norv Turner just ranted and raved about Cam Newton.
Yes, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, so again, it goes to show, and Cam has always been this kind of player. Yeah, he's had little things here and there, but for the most part, it's been a totally media narrative. He's been positive and about everything that he does here. He's not as he's not confrontational. He's not a bad locker room guy like people like Colin Cowherd try and say that he is. Like all of that.
It's all bullshit. And the man that was here said, and I 100% believe this, the real test to Rule will be, can he adjust to the pro game? He says, will Rule be the next Chip Kelly? Is it just the fact that is the fact that Cam Newton's personality was bigger than Rule's was threatening? I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. But I'm telling you this is I've watched Cam as closely as you can watch anybody for the last 10 years, and I've not seen anything but a team player. I've seen a guy that fell on the sword for his teammates, a guy that never shit on his offensive line for being shitty as fuck while we were doing it. So the number one red flag, and this is why I'm starting to march in Greg's fucking army over there, has ultimately been I was excited about new youth optimism, but my number one concern is, can you manage a team where you're not the biggest guy anymore? And that's the problem. Cam Newton is the biggest guy. And guess who can manage that? Bill Belichick. Now, the question I want to pose to you guys as we continue on the longest Panthers podcast, a.k.a. the Patriots podcast in the history of the world. I want to ask you this is, what do you think of the Patriots as a team right now? Because all we have done is shit on the Panthers for not putting pieces around Cam Newton, this and that. Where do you think where do you think the Patriots are as an offense who was just mediocre at the very best last year with the best quarterback in the history of the football? Where do you see now the Patriots offense? Are they shitty with Cam? Are they where are they?
Well,
I want to. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I just want to say this, and this is something that we haven't mentioned yet, is that one of the best offensive line coaches for the past few decades has been Dante Scarnecchia.
Thank God you didn't say the Panthers. What was the guy that they always said that? Who have they been saying his name forever? And we were like, it's great, and they always suck. So I think
was it Matsko?
Yes, Matsko. Yes.
Yeah, Matsko. Yeah, fuck that.
Fuck that dude.
But okay, so Dante Scarnecchia has been the offensive line coach for the Patriots for a long time now, and he's no longer with the football team anymore. Right. So it's like, and they always have a good offensive line.
They didn't last year though. The first time we ever saw Tom Brady on his ass. That's what I continue to tell people last year was. It's like, you want to know what Tom Brady's problem is? He's getting sacked for the first time in his fucking life.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily know how much. Again, I'm not a Patriots fan. I don't follow them. I don't really know a lot about their offensive linemen. We're definitely going to be looking it up. I don't know. Like my thing is this. I think part of the reason, why Belichick wanted Cam Newton on the football team, and we're already almost done with the podcast. We haven't even talked about that. I think the reason why Bill Belichick wanted Cam Newton was because of how different he is from Tom. And I think we all remember that 2013 Monday Night Football game when the Patriots came to Charlotte and Cam just put on his best Harry Houdini act and just made the whole Patriots defensive line.
We lost that game on an incomplete pass in the end zone. Like we didn't dominate that game. We lost that game. That was a questionable.
But Cam did bring us back, bro. Cam single-handedly brought us back.
The whole point was Cam Newton, like that. In my mind, that was the birth of Cam Newton, like on the world stage. Really, like that's when he really kind of showed up and showed out, which is kind of ironic now that it was against the Patriots. But my thing is, Cam Newton has beaten the Patriots 2 times. Bill Belichick is good at evolving, and that's one of the reasons why he's been so successful. And if you look at the trend amongst quarterbacks in the NFL right now, they're all mobile. It's damn near a prerequisite that, if you're going to be a successful quarterback in 2020, you have to have a certain level of mobility. So if the Patriots know their offensive line might be a weakness, then that tells me they want someone with the ability to extend the play with their feet, and that Cam Newton is that answer for them. So I think this is...
Or what they saw is that Tom Brady was the best quarterback in the history of the world with the best offense, with a great offensive line, but as he aged, right? Like, not everything can be perfect, right? You can't always have a great offensive line. You can't always have great offensive weapons. And this is why Cam Newton makes RDs get,
Right. Well, I want to bring up one point real quick that was brought up in the chat, and it's Cameron Haywood. He says he's talking about our coaching staff and system need to attract free agents that we want, not leftovers. I want to touch on that because here's the thing. First of all, Carolina is not a big market. Free agents don't look to come to Carolina. You're not going to get commercial deals.
Right.
You're not gonna, like that's a big thing, and that has to. It sucks, but it does affect the way free agents look because most free agents are looking for one thing: money. A lot of players who make a lot of money care more about the money than they do actually winning football games. If you sign Antonio Brown to a contract and he's making $20 million a year for the next 3 years, I guarantee you he doesn't give a damn if he's winning or not. He's making $20 million a year for the next 3 years, okay? So with Carolina, we already have a small market. You're not going to get a lot of money. You're not going to get a lot of deals. You're not going to get a lot of commercials, okay? That looks bad on us already. The fact that we have a coaching staff that just did that to Cam Newton is another factor that makes big-name free agents not want to come here. Because they said, well, if they did that to Cam Newton, if they did that to Cam Newton, why would they not do that to me?
That has been the argument even with Cam Newton. So, Greg, you have doubled down on the argument now that we have no Cam Newton and tripled down on the fact that CPI is no longer a sponsor. Yeah. Right? What was it? The CPI, the defense,
the security.
Yeah, they got in trouble for
basically sending out stuff about the what is it? Was it the COVID or was it the Black
Lives Matter? Yeah, it's like they were like, stop wasting your time caring about society, and then the Panthers dropped them. Good for that. But you're right, is that are the Panthers, they're not more attractive without Cam, but the Panthers are not an attractive free agent market, period. Do you really, guys, I'm going to turn this to you, CK, do you really believe that that is the determinant, though? I think it might be for big-time players, right? Like if you can get like a LeBron James in L.A., or a KD in New York or something like that. But does it really fucking matter for a safety coming to Charlotte? Carry the conversation, CK and Cody.
Yeah, so I think there's certain aspects of it. So I think Cam Newton was an attractive force because I don't think you see any person in the NFL that talks crap about Cam Newton other than trying to just get him off of his game and talk to him like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that there is a level of like, oh, Cam Newton's there, let's go there. Now, on that flip side, I think that still exists elsewhere. You know, for instance, and I'm not saying that this is going to be something we're going to see from now on or that Teddy Bridgewater is going to be this recruiting master, but you have Christian McCaffrey. That looks really, attractive. And Robbie Anderson said he came here because Teddy Bridgewater was here.
He came here because Matt Rule was his coach in college. That's the only reason he came here, because he wasn't getting signed by the Jets again. Come on, let's be realistic about it. He can say that if he wants to. Robbie Anderson is not a number one wide receiver.
What would be the benefit of him saying that?
The money that he got.
No. What I'm saying is, what is the benefit of him saying he'd come here only because of Teddy Bridgewater?
Because
if it was really about Matt Rule, he would say it was about Matt Rule.
Because you're trying to do it's coach speak, man. You're trying to talk up that quarterback. If you're a wide receiver, you have to have a great relationship with your quarterback. If you say, "Oh man, I came here because of you. You're my guy," well, of course, that's going to look good for you and the quarterback. It's going to give you a better connection. It's going to be better, dude. I promise you, if somebody offered Robbie Anderson more money, he'd have gone there. Period. Like that guy's, it's not about playing with Teddy Bridgewater.
I think he was overpaid personally. I agree to that, but I think that it's not. I don't think losing Cam Newton is going to prevent us from getting big name free agents. Well, we've got Eli Apple, we've gotten Robbie Anderson, we've gotten people that have actually come in here that very easily could have probably landed somewhere else. And I'm not saying they would have gotten more money elsewhere, but
good point. Yeah,
I mean, listen. I mean, as easy as this is. You guys are kind of both right on this because, so listen, Gerald McCoy wanted to play for the Panthers because of Cam Newton.
Exactly.
But that's just a matter of fact. But then in the same breath, and I go back to, this is the same answer I have when talking about Matt Rule and David Tepper and their decisions to get rid of Cam. Like in their mind, if they believe in what they're going to do and what they're trying to implement here and their personnel, then winning cures everything. And Cameron Haywood even said this earlier on in the chat. playing devil's advocate, he was like, well, if the Panthers have a good season this year and Teddy Bridgewater does do good, then people are going to look at this team and say, oh, okay, something's happening down there in Carolina. I know the history of Matt Rule going from a coach that, he'll lose the first season, but then you see that natural progression year after year as they build towards something bigger and better. And like maybe players, free agent players, are going to see that and want to come here. So winning solves everything. If the Panthers start winning football games, it doesn't matter if it's a big market, a small market. People are going to want to be here if they can win football games. And as of right now, it goes back to what I'm saying. They haven't proven anything. Matt Rule has not proven anything. Joe Brady has not proven anything.
Nothing. Guess who has? Cam Newton.
But also,
sorry.
And this goes back to Greg too. They also haven't proven that it isn't going to work yet.
That's
why, as much as
he could be the next god. If he becomes the Bill Belichick of the future, then we will all be like Matt Rule, Dick Rules.
Yeah, but even Bill Belichick wasn't Bill Belichick until he had Tom
Brady. Right. Until he becomes that, we will be on the side of Cam.
And this is where I am. I am. Listen, I do think Matt Rule is going to be a very good head coach. I believe Joe Brady is going to be a very good offensive coordinator. And
eventually,
I think you should start changing that to I hope.
You're probably right.
I hope.
No, not I hope. I think. But the caveat to that is I don't think it will manifest itself this football season, but I do think that it will happen. I just think that it's going to take time, and they do have to get some momentum, and they do have to build something here in Carolina. But it's not going to be a short thing.
All right.
David Tepper has even said as much.
Next call.
But I think it has to be. It has to be a short thing. I promise I'll make my point. It has to be a short thing, in my opinion, because of the moves you've made this offseason, right? If you got rid of Cam Newton and then didn't sign Teddy Bridgewater and then didn't sign Eli Manning or Eli Apple, then I would say, yeah, you're right. This is going to be a slow burn. We're going to get back to that point. But they've made moves to indicate it is a now movement, like for them. It is now for them.
I think actually it has a little bit to do. I'm with you, CK. I think a little bit has to do with this is that if Cam is successful, it shits on what, what I'm saying? Like, no matter what they do, it is like the rules need to be Marty. They're kind of cheering for Cam to not be shit this year.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if Teddy comes in and wins 6 or 7, and then Cam is hurt. Then it looks all genius. But if Cam really goes out there and wins 11-5, and you're 6-7 with fucking Teddy, no, you're a loser. You're a losing ass bitches.
I think even if Cam goes, even if Cam gets injured and we go 6-7, that's still a failure because we won 5 games last year with Matt Moore. So I mean, where have you really gone? You've lost Cam Allen.
Matt Moore was like
Matt Moore. Sorry, what's his name? I don't even know. All these guys run together.
Look, the rule. My point is this: is that we're okay with a 2-14 season if Cam Newton is not successful. But you're trying to tell me that we're going to sit around next year and have a 2-14 season. I know you don't think that's going to be the case, Greg, but I say it is. 2-14 season, and then Cam wins fucking 10 games with the Patriots.
Right.
No, that we're going to sit there and be like, oh my God. That's the point, is our optimism. The Rule legacy is attached to Cam Newton's success. What if Cam Newton wins a Super Bowl?
Wins 3 Super Bowls. What if he wins 3 Super Bowls over the next 6 years?
Let's just give him
what if he's guaranteed to be a Hall of Fame because of...
Just give him one Super Bowl.
Right.
One Super Bowl would make him a Hall of Famer. I promise you this. If that Cam Newton is the quarterback of one Super Bowl team, he's an automatic Hall of Famer.
Oh, 100%. What if, okay, remember how the Patriots almost had an undefeated season and then the Giants beat them in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And then Cam Newton almost had an undefeated season? What if they both came together and had an undefeated season, bro? What?
Dude, I just ejaculated.
Hey, if Cam Newton ever has an undefeated season in New England, I am going to be a New England fan. Period. Sorry. I'm switching teams.
I'm the most happy
I'm
motherfucker
following
ever.
Cam. I'm going to trade all my gear in. Y'all can have it. I'll donate to the show. I'm no longer a Panthers fan.
I love it.
Because that is the last straw for me.
No, I'm going to be a Panthers fan, but I'm always going to tell you this, is that, like, take me out to the club with Cam and you're going to have no children. That's the point.
This is my final. Then I'm going to shut up about Matt Rule.
We got to go to the calls. Like, the more calls, we got to go to them.
I know. I'm going to shut up after this. I do believe that Matt Rule isn't going to be a good coach. I understand the hesitancy.
I hope he
everyone
is.
Including Greg. I do think it's
Why do you believe it, though? See, I think you should not be saying believe.
Hey, Tony, when you get to the
line,
I think you need to say. I think you need to say this is I want him to be a good coach. I think he could, but believe.
Right, he has
a little
stronger. He would be a good coach.
Too strong. For me.
Just because he's young, and I think that he's quick to adapt. And I think that he has too many talented decision makers around him to continuously be bad. And I think that's
a fair point. That's a good argument. Yeah.
And he's already shown that trend. Granted, it's Temple and Baylor, but it started out slow and then eventually elevated his game.
Sure.
That's the motherfucker.
I started out slow at my job, and now I'm better at it.
That's who I think we're going for right there. It's homeboy right there. Yep.
And by the way, if that happens, dude,
it's on.
We're not better than we were with Cam. That's my thing. Is I promise you this: the day we draft Trevor Lawrence is the day my ass does not buy his jersey on day one. Guess who I bought?
Shut up.
I bought Cam's jersey on day one, bro.
I'm with you on almost everything, dude. But Tony, if we end up getting Trevor Lawrence, you better buy that damn jersey.
No, I'm not.
He is going to rock the fucking league, dude.
No,
he is going to rock the league.
Fuck
film
this.
No. How good Trevor Lawrence is. Like, I don't even know what you're basing your opinion off of. There's a reason that everyone's calling him.
He ain't Cam. I would say that. That's what I'm basing my opinion on. Is that if I was in a kickball game, would I pick Trevor Lawrence or Cam? Nope. I would pick Cam, bitches. That's what I'm basing my. Would you? All right. Tell me this.
Cam's not coming back.
No. Tell me this. No, I'm talking about buying the jersey, getting on your knee. You know how I am for Cam. You know what I'm saying?
You know.
Like you're
trying, in your DM.
Yeah, exactly. Are you trying to tell me that if we had the perfect opportunity where we had Cam Newton in his rookie year and Trevor Lawrence in his rookie, like in the draft, you're gonna pick Trevor Lawrence over Cam?
Trevor Lawrence has had a better college career than Cam had.
Lies.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's a fucking
Newton,
lies,
but he's had a better
bro.
year. Cam had one good year in college. That's
enough. It was like the greatest year.
Tony,
and look at Trevor Lawrence, what he's done, dude.
Tony,
I'm sorry.
As a freshman,
I'm with Cody
so
on
you
this
would pick Trevor Lawrence over Cam Newton at 20 years old.
But listen, we're all super Cam Newton fans. What I'm trying to say,
that's not what I'm asking.
Tony, I understand. But what I'm saying to you is that what you said to me on my porch is that you believe that we can win if Cam Newton's on the football field. Here's the brass tacks. Cam Newton is never going to be the quarterback for the Panthers again. So I want to believe in my quarterback. I have seen enough from Trevor Lawrence as a freshman to beat Alabama, a Nick Saban Alabama defense in the national championship as a freshman, and then went back to the national championship the very next year. Come on, bro. People aren't making legit, this shit up, dude.
He is legit. That's the only reason I have this magazine.
Bro,
he is legit.
Put that magazine down. Next call. The number is 252-228. Y'all bitches.
I don't hear it.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Here it is.
Been a fan for
Here, hold on. I'm going to restart it.
This is Maurice Carter calling out of Andrew. Long-time fan, supporter, subscriber. I've been
Thank you, Maurice.
For years, guys, when you first started. I still have my towel.
Oh, he got a Cam Wow, bro. That's my man right there.
Great topic. I just had
There ain't no Trevor Lawrence Wow.
Look, I say we ice up the people who said that we could only have 3 great Panthers. Because in my opinion, you got to have 4.
I want to hear it.
You got to have Cam Newton. You got to have Steve Smith. You got to have Luke Kuechly. And you definitely got to have Julius Peppers.
I don't disagree with you.
Have a great day, guys.
Yeah.
Going back
Did
to
we say
last
3?
week.
I think we were
No,
all
he's
4 though,
going
didn't
back to last week's discussion where we were talking junk. Great call
What's
right
up,
there.
guys? This is Kevin from South Carolina, Charleston.
What's
First
going
time
on, man?
calling. Just letting
First
you
time
know the
caller.
Kansas
Thanks, Kevin.
Patriots This year fucking sucks. 2020 sucks.
I'm with you, brother.
Best quarterback for the Panthers, playing for the team I hated the most growing up. If Cam and the Patriots go on to make the playoffs, and we suck like Cody thinks we are, we might have to have a protest outside the Carolina Stadium.
Oh, I like
So
this
we
call.
can-
Good call. Good call.
Fuck the
Kevin.
Patriots.
want to hear about
I hope
protests
Cam
right
does well. I'm not doing a growl because the team doesn't deserve it.
Fantastic call. I would
Did he
mark
say
it
he was
as
from
the.
Charleston?
He said
Sorry.
Kevin. But here, this is what I like about Kevin's call. Is that I want to ask you guys this: is should we be this upset with the Patriots?
I'm not upset with Patriots at all. They're super smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we
they
hate
did
the
great.
Patriots? Why?
Because they beat us in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
In our first Super Bowl. That's why I hate the Patriots, because they beat us in our first Super Bowl.
If he went to the Falcons, I could not cheer for Cam.
No, I hate him even more.
Like I could
hate the
not.
power of the Patriots. Yeah.
But I couldn't. You know, because I'm all gay for Cam and all this. But like I could not do it. Like you go to the Falcons, it's done. You got AIDS.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. You got AIDS.
The capital of the world. Yeah, for sure. No, listen, man. I don't care that it's the Patriots. I think everybody just hates the Patriots because they win, dude. Don't hate the player, hate the game. And that's the shit I'm on, man.
And we did hate we're upset with the Patriots that we lost in that Super Bowl. But in favor to us, we have beat their ass the last two times we played them. I won't say beat that ass, but Cam beat that ass in 2017 in Foxborough. Fucking just annihilated him right after that Denver game. That was the year that he was crushing it until I think his shoulder got hurt. The other thing is that when it comes to the Patriots, we also beat them on Monday night or Sunday night. Remember, the flag got picked up. Tom Brady was going crazy. So I understand not liking the Patriots because they have been successful. I understand not liking the Patriots because they beat us in the Super Bowl. But if I have what are your most hated teams in the NFL? For me, it's Falcons, it's Saints, and it's the Seahawks after that.
And that's another thing too. I know we have a rivalry with them, but I just can't hate the Seahawks, man.
What do you mean? They beat our ass by 2 points 4 years in a row. If you say you like Luke Wilson, I'm going to kick you in your face.
No, I said Russell Wilson.
Oh,
Russell Wilson. Like, there are some guys as players, I don't know how you don't like them. Like, Russell Wilson is another one of those guys. Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. I'm a fan of talent. It doesn't mean
Who's your least favorite teams then? That's fine. All right. Well, it's not fine. The fact, do you dislike the Seahawks or the Patriots more?
I dislike the Patriots more.
Wow.
But not this.
I go Seahawks. All right, go ahead. Hey, let's open this up to CK and Greg. CK, Patriots.
CK is not with us. He had the dub.
What, he had to go stream?
I don't know. I just said he had to go.
All right. Greg, did he have to dip too? Not even looking at I need to look at the cameras while I'm talking. That would be all right. How about this? Let's just go to the next call. Who gives a fuck?
Hi guys, Rich in the UK. I hope Cam wins the Super Bowl with the Patriots this year.
Get him, Rich. My man.
Anyway, so it'll be another couple of years before it's really our turn. But I just wish him all the best. He's been dealt a horrible hand by, I don't know, was it Marty, was it Tepper, was it Rule, whoever it was, but I'm sure you're going to spend most of tonight talking about it. Your national media can go and suck balls. I mean, seriously, all the Southern County is like the greatest thing since sliced bread, having to, honestly, what is it? I tell you, as an outsider, the abuse towards the Hornets and the Panthers is like something, it's really strange. It's really strange. And considering the numbers of people that went to mega universities in North and South Carolina, I mean, you know, all leagues are awash with UNC and Duke and NC State and Clemson and 49ers and Wake Forest and God knows, you know, the list is endless.
Yeah, there's 16 state universities.
Sorry, Hurricanes fans. But it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what they did. It was like, I'm not going to say anything more, but it's bizarre. From an outsider's perspective, the way the teams are treated nationally is just bizarre. I mean, Stephen A. Smith went to college in Winston-Salem, you know, and I've been there quite a lot. Haynes Mall, first big mall I ever went to. It's very nice. Anyway,
and he acts like he's never been to North Carolina.
By Norwegian Air. So maybe next year. Anyway, guys, love the show. I'm sure it's going to be quite spicy now over the next few, and I hope everyone's staying safe because it's all gone a bit nuts everywhere. Anyway, take care and keep going.
Next call.
What's up, guys? It's been a minute. It's Nick.
What's up?
Hey, you know, I picked one hell of a time to stop being a Pats fan. Now we got freaking Cam. What the hell? You know,
you can reclaim that.
Me not being a fan for them to actually, you know, make a smart decision. I wonder what Tom's going to do down with the Bucks. But anyways, I'll run something by you. Okay, Brian Burns last year, he got 43% of our snaps. Okay, total 43? Was 478 really? Snaps. 7.5 snaps.
That's not 43% of snaps. There's no way. I'm looking at it.
And 16 QB touches. Okay. Nick Bosa, which everybody was all about last year, he played 75% of their snaps. Okay. 777 snaps, almost double what Brian Burns did. Okay. He had 25 hits and 9 sacks. Good amount of hits. Okay. But 9 sacks compared to Brian's 7.5? Come on now. And then what they're saying is T.J. Watt was the best edge rusher last year. He played 86% of the Steelers' snaps, 935 snaps total. He got 14.5 sacks, 36 hits. Now, that's just about double what Brian did last year. Okay. Do you think he could be on par with T.J. Watt? I mean, do you think he's still going to be our edge rusher next year based off all the videos that we've seen? Love to know what you guys think. Thank you guys for all that you do. Make it awesome for all of us. You know, I mean, it's a couple hours of something that's consistent. It's been here for, you know, years and years. It's good to have something that's consistent like this. Thank you guys for everything you do. Keep pounding.
Great,
man. Keep pounding. Yeah.
Great call there, guys. Obviously, we're all excited about Brian Burns. And we're not excited about Brian Burns because we almost forgot about him in that defense last season. Cody, you're the draft guy. You were the Brian Burns guy. Is he on the up? Is he going to climb the hill or is he going to sophomore slump it?
No, I think he's going to climb the hill. And I do think he's going to be the type of player that's on par with the T.J. Watts of the world. You know, part of what
is he big enough to be that then?
Well, and part of the the
He's a
reason
Von
I'm hopeful
Miller. That's what I think he is. I think
well,
he's
I
Von
hope
Miller.
that he develops some speed to power and develops that bull rush, because if he only has a speed rush, it's going to be easier to
He's
figure
going to be a
him out.
Vic Beasley. We don't want him to be a Vic Beasley.
Yeah, so yeah, right. We don't want him to be a Vic Beasley. However, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think now that we've added so many other good players on the defensive line, I do think he's going to have some advantageous matchups. I think Brian Burns is going to be lights out. I think, and by the way, so we've been saying why we don't trust Matt Rule because of his decisions. One of the good things that I did hear him say that, in my opinion, was very anti-Ron Rivera was our young guys are going to have to step up.
Yes.
And they're going to play a lot of football.
My man.
And I love that shit. Tony
yes.
knows I love that.
I've been telling you,
God.
he's not good with the youngins. He's a veterans coach, and that's not entirely a bad thing. But I'm telling, here's the thing: is I expect Brian Burns.
Yep.
How about this? Is the names kind of have a float, but I expect Brian Burns. I need this mug. I will tell you this. One other thing is that defensive ends usually take 3 years to become badasses.
Unless you're Julius Peppers.
Right. Yeah. I mean, think Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson becomes a badass 3, 4, 5. It's usually not in the second year. So my one concern about it is that it takes a little bit more time for defensive ends. I'm not saying this is a Brian Burns thing. It's just a position thing. But ultimately, I need Brian Burns right now to be a badass motherfucker. That's what we need. That really is what it will take to help us move on from Cam and this and that. Is Brian Burns has to be the beast. And it might not be next year. It might be the year after. But we need a guy. Where we pick him at?
He was the 16th pick in the draft.
16th. And wasn't too high. But I want him to play like a top fiver, bro.
He's been playing like a top 5.
Yeah, he is. Get him,
when he plays. He really is.
You're right.
I didn't know about that 43% stat that they put, the last call talked about, but I can't deny it because I can't find the stat right now. But it seems a little high to me. I think he was in the field a little less than that, but I can't,
It was,
I'm not gonna call him wrong
and one other thing, Greg, to with your stat thing, and it's important, is that Ron Rivera had Brian Burns running down as a gunner on special teams.
Yeah, I
so
think
that
they talked about
might
that.
help the 42%.
Cameron Hayward said that he's a world-class gunner. Well, I don't, like I said, I don't know the number of percentage he was in, so I'm not going to try to argue that point.
Right.
I sound dumb most of the time anyway. I don't sound really dumb. But when he's in there, he is a key factor to the game. He is a force to be reckoned with. He is somebody you have to game plan for. That guy needs to be on the field more often, period.
Yeah, period. I'm starting to feel like this, is that if you draft a first round pick in the top 20, they need to be a starter. I'm kind of to that point, and I'm getting to the point where, help me out, guys, is I'm underwhelmed by Shaq Thompson. I have a Shaq Thompson jersey. I want Shaq Thompson to be amazing. Who was the other guy we got? Who was the defensive tackle we just...
Vernon Butler?
Yes. Like, why? I feel like a
rookie card.
And he was a 25 talent. So I'm just to the point of this, is that if you're in the top 15, your ass should start.
Agreed. 100%. I mean, quite honestly, if you're a first-round pick, I really feel like you should be at a starter level. Like if you're a first-round
I'm kind of with you on that. I'm like, I'm not walking away from that.
I'd say first and second round should be a starter.
Second, I can understand if maybe you're at where they play Brian Burns the last couple of years, where you're not playing every snap, but you're playing a few, some of the snaps. I think that a first-round pick is a guy you expect to be a guy day one starter.
And Butler is the worst. The Butler has really fucked this up, and I wanted to like him. Sorry.
Me too.
Last call.
Me too.
Last call, and then with
Hey, this is Anthony Michelle.
What's
just
up,
wanted
Anthony?
To let you know about Cam Newton. I'm gonna tell you about it.
He's got a giant D.
Been not a fan of him since 2017. I'll be deep honest. And I know you guys are probably not gonna.
He said
like
not a fan.
Wow. Gave up on him in 2017.
Damn. I'm about to cut
But
this call off.
I do not like the Patriots at all.
Yeah,
Not
you're getting
like
cut
them.
off.
So I'm sorry.
So here, you got cut off. I don't even want to hear the end of it. Sorry, I don't want to hear the end of it. You don't like. I don't like the Patriots.
Did you get one more call?
Nah, that's it. I'm
I'll
not
say,
taking
the man
any.
just said he called in. I'm just saying.
Who?
The man was here on the Twitter chat. Just asked for the number. I think he said he just called in, left a message. So.
Unless that is Anthony.
All right,
Rochelle.
here's one. It's 11:54. I'll download it now because I'm not leaving after that shit. Anthony Rochelle, you should be ashamed of yourself. Should be ashamed of yourself for that call. Who gives up on anybody? Divorcees.
Hey guys, what's up? This is the man that was here.
What's up, man?
I really think Cam is going to excel this year.
Okay.
But we haven't talked about the weather. I know I commented on it in the comments, but you know, it's winter. It gets cold up there. What do you think is going to happen? It's just you guys overall. Have a good one.
Thank you for the call. I want to ask you this question. We'll close the podcast out. We got to do our ice out pick still.
Did you hear what?
I couldn't understand what he said. To be honest with you, I really
Yeah,
don't.
it was asking about cold weather. Like, how's Cam gonna?
Oh, okay.
With cold weather, my question would be. I had a good question on this. Oh, I want to know, what do you think about the Patriots offense? We continue to hear that. What did Panther fans say? We didn't give him any weapons. I feel like him going to the Patriots is like a Ron Rivera wet dream. It's like we get a good defense. We get Cam with some okay wide receivers. But I'm ready to argue that the Patriots have a better offense than half of the Carolina Panthers teams did with Cam Newton. Mohamed Sanu, Edelman, Sony Michel. Yes, exactly. I'm ready. Like, I don't think they're terrible. I don't think they're great. I think Cam makes them better than good.
I think, and N'Keal Harry, who was a first-round pick at wide receiver.
But he was garbage last year.
Yeah,
but we're so quick to give up on people. He might be better.
That's very true.
And by the way, he's a big body jump ball receiver, which Cam's used to playing with those, dude. So, I do think a lot of it is being overblown about how bad the Patriots offensive personnel is. But I think it's overblown and stupid. And like I said earlier, I don't think that they're done. I don't think the offensive weapons that you're seeing right now is what they're going to go into the season with. So, I'm
I'm with you. Sony Michel, there's a lot of things that I would say Cam's used to working with this type of group. Yeah, and he would be like, this is better than what. Yes. Mohamed Sanu is better than Devin Funchess.
Mohamed Sanu can go 15-1 with Ted Ginn as his number one wide receiver.
Yes,
Cam Newton can make it work when healthy.
Cam has elevated,
and I don't think these guys are schlubs either.
Right,
that's the other thing.
They might get Bryant. I mean, dude, they might be all right next year. Like I said, 11-5, 12-4.
Joey the Blind Panther Esquivel says those are the types of receivers that Cam will elevate.
Ooh,
I 100%.
That's a good point. Yeah, he very well could.
let's end the show on that. The number's 252-228-1598. You can hang out with us next Tuesday as we rap about the Panthers. And nostalgically, optimistically, and we love Cam.
I feel like we didn't answer the man that was here.
Well, okay, I'll answer that real quick. I don't think the cold's going to affect him that much, simply because you look at the first home game. Well, we were looking at it. Let's see. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of their first 8 games at home. That's the warm part of the season. Okay.
And do we think Cam's so soft he can't throw in cold weather?
No, and by the way,
I don't think he can, but it does affect it. I'm just going to say the first 6-day games are home, and that's the warm part of the season.
He's used to playing outside
or away in warmer areas. Just saying.
He's not played in the dome his whole life. It's not like he's a kicker kicking. Yeah, all right. Could that be problematic? Sure.
It could be, but I don't think it will be.
Right, he's from Georgia. He went to this and that. But, like, come on now.
But here's why it doesn't matter at all. Because when you play in cold weather, you want a quarterback built like Cam Newton.
Hey, man. It's an advantage.
Dude, when it's raining sideways and snowing, you want an arm that can throw a fucking missile launcher, dude.
Or a fucking body that can crush your bitch ass bones.
Dude, Cam Newton, the man that was here, thank you for your question. Cam Newton will do just fine in cold weather. I don't just say that as a fan. I'm saying that as a someone who knows.
I say that as a fan. I'm ready. Cam Newton's going to fuck you in your ass, bro.
That are big with cannon arms. Cam Newton's built to play in cold weather. He's gonna fucking tear it up, dude.
Did not say that on the air, but I did. My name is not Tony Dunn. It's the C3 Panthers podcast at CarolinaCatChronicles.com. Let's ice some people up in the snow. My ice up pick goes to I don't know. Y'all go first. I got some good ones.
I have a video.
I gotta play. Which one? I gotta hit the Colin Cowherd. Is that
I'm pretty sure I know what this one is. Yep.
Is it Colin Cowherd? Hold on, I gotta get. I'm not good at being a producer, bro.
Dude, I'm a better sports analyst than Colin Cowherd, and I suck. So.
Okay. Oh nope, I don't got it.
Look, Colin Cowherd has this section on his show of where Colin was right and where Colin was wrong. He cherry picks those because he is wrong a lot more damn times than he's right. He seems to make it think like he's
accuracy 3 times. Cam's not his guy. But when people say,
I got you. Here it comes. I told you should give me the ice up pick on this. I'm not good at videos.
Joey said we should give you the ice up
what
pick.
Belichick's ideal offense looks like, and it's really fascinating. 1991, so it's like 35 years ago. How many years that is? The quarterback has to be able to throw the ball with accuracy. Now you see why they don't want Cam? He mentioned judgment twice, accuracy 3 times. Cam's not his guy. But when people say,
right in your face, Colin
why
Cowherd,
wouldn't New England go?
Oh my gosh.
There's nothing about Cam.
Face, neck, and chest, right there, bam.
That was the video.
Dude, so listen, it's one thing to be wrong, but to be so badly wrong.
And he is all the time.
That one clip vindicates everything that we've ever said about Colin Cowherd and how wrong he's always been on Cam Newton. Because the fact that all that bullshit that he just said, he's not a good leader, not a good locker room guy, doesn't throw with accuracy. The fact that Bill Belichick signed him says that Cam Newton can be all of those things. I wonder whose opinion I value higher, Colin Cowherd or Bill Belichick. Pretty simple answer to me, dude. So the Colin Cowherd and all your bullshit takes that have nothing to do with real football, and it's just you making shit up to sound smart. Ice up, son.
Ice up, dude. You suck, Colin Cowherd. Like I said, I suck at this, and I'm better than you. So, Tony, you want to go? You want me to go?
No,
You
please,
don't. You're very
please
good
go
at what you do.
ahead. I'm still working.
All right, cool. Look, I've been trying to steer away from political and religious stuff because I feel like lately I've been a little loud about that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to tone it down a little bit. So I'm going to have an ISA pick that is totally away from that. I do a lot of watching of animated stuff and comic books and movies and stuff like that. And so I try to spend time with my wife to kind of take some media into and really enjoy stuff with us. And the last week and a half, we've been watching Breaking Bad, which I have watched.
Have you not watched this before? I want to ice you up. You're my ice up pick.
You can ice me up. You can ice me up. I've watched bits and pieces of it, but I've never watched the full show all the way through.
It's the best fucking show.
It is. It is.
Incredible.
For the last week and a half, me and my wife have been watching Breaking Bad. We just finished it about an hour before the show started. We started watching El Camino, which is kind of like the sequel to that, the movie. Oh my gosh. What an amazing show.
It's the best fucking show ever, man.
It might be one of the best shows I've ever seen. So my
top
ISA pick to anybody who has not seen Breaking Bad. If you have not watched that, it's on Netflix. Take a week, go watch that. It is fucking amazing.
How have you?
I could not believe how much I was drawn to that. So yeah.
I want to ice up Greg for
Breaking Bad,
not seeing this show before this.
Do it. I deserve it.
It's like saying that you didn't see The Sopranos. Like you didn't see. All right, it
Never seen
was
Star
wonderful.
Wars, Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
I get it.
it's a big deal.
Stuff you should see.
Deal.
I get
it's
it.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And it changed how television would. So
Agreed.
good.
Yeah.
And Jesse, by the way, Jesse.
They were gonna kill him off. They were gonna kill him off, and Andrew Gilliam loved the character so much. Is that we need to keep him around.
And Badger and Gopher, to me,
Yeah.
those guys are the fucking
That's a good
best.
show. Yeah.
Dude,
Anybody who hasn't seen it, ice up. Go watch it. It's on Netflix.
How the whole arc with Gus Fring ends is one of the
Oh my god, he is such a badass.
I wanted to tell you this too: is that Better Call Saul, which is a great show.
That's next on my list.
It's a very good show. Slow starter. It's a slow burn. It is a slow burn. So it's not. But my point is this: is that show would not have been anything without. Breaking Bad it broke the mold. It was a breaking the mold type of thing. So my ice up pick is actually going to be lame this week. And it's lame because I've iced these bitches up forever. Sunlink Internet. My internet company. Oh my God. They have charged me $1 bazillion that they did not charge new customers. So if I was paying $150, you guys heard this. I was paying $150 a month for internet, and then you could be a new customer and you could sign up for the same exact internet for a lifetime lock for $75. So that pissed me off. It's like if I was a new customer, I get the same exact product for this and that, right? So anyway, I call up the internet people over the last week and I fight with them, and I'm like, I told them this was my line. I'm going to divorce my wife so I can sign up under a new name. Like, I'm going to kick this bitch out of the house so I can sign up. And they were like, you're joking. I was like, no. I was like, don't you know the number one reason for divorces is financial problems? And the sudden link is going to be the financial problem that ruins our fucking marriage. Anyway, I got so frustrated. They were like, we can't help you. We're going to do shit. I was like, here. I gave the phone to my wife. I said, you take care of it. I can't take care of none. And my wife is not usually good with people on the phone. She said I was a bitch. That's what she said.
She said you were a bitch?
No, she said she was a bitch after she got this good rate and all of this.
Yeah, hey, sometimes you gotta fucking just be an asshole to people.
I was an asshole. I was a giant
not big enough apparently.
Asshole. You're right. But I am icing up this fucking company who tried to tell me, they tried to tell me this, is that you had a promotion at one point. Just like these people have promotions. Oh, actually, you know what? I even forgot this is how everybody's going to make fun of me. Because I forgot my own ISO pick. This is what it was. I forgot it mid-ISO pick. But here it is. So my wife got this good deal, right? So we paying less and this and that, and I'm already pissed at these motherfuckers like crazy. I'm so mad. I hate these motherfuckers more than anything. So my wife comes in, man, she's like, I got the shit for less than you got it. And I'm like, fuck you. You know, I'm already pissed at them. Now I'm pissed that I couldn't get it and this and that. So she was like, I got the gig internet. The 1 gigabyte. We have 400. We went and bought our new modem for the shit. Like, we went and bought our modem because we ain't paying those bitches. We ain't leasing it. Like,
right.
Fuck y'all, the man. All of this and that. So I get this badass modem. I got this badass with the router and all of this jack. My man comes and installs this shit. And he goes, unless Suddenly has fiber optic, your ass ain't getting no 1 gig. So they're advertising for 1 gig. I have the maximum, like my hardware is as hard as it can be. Like it's like a porn star hard on. And you know what? And this is what they get away with. They said this is that it's up to 1 gig. Fuck y'all. No. Your service cannot, it's not 1 gig. Like I have all the hardware. You dick faces you should not be able to say that you have 1 gig internet. Because my internet is screaming as awesome. It's the best I've ever had. It's at 528, this and that. But it ain't no 1 gig, bitches. And so stop fucking advertising that, you cunt ass motherfuckers. That's what I say to Sunlight.
See you next Tuesday. Oh, that's appropriate for this show.
Nah, I'm pissed, man. I'm so pissed. I pay a shit. I was paying $150 a month, bro, for 400 gigs. Now I pay $90 for 1 gig. And guess what my download speed really is? 525 gigs.
Dude, you're getting ripped off, man. You are getting ripped off.
No, do your Okua speed, and you find out if you're getting what they tell you you're getting. I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm trying to tell you woke. I'm trying to wake you up, mugs. Is that if you're paying for 400 download, you ain't getting it. You ain't getting it. And I am paying for 1 gig download, and it can't be. Like, it's not even real. Like, they cannot give that product to me. That's fucked up. Like, I have the hardware to do it. But the problem, they're misadvertising. It's all a sham. Screw the big man. Cam Newton's going to win the Super Bowl with Bill Belichick. It's the C3 Panthers podcast. Screw y'all. Actually, no, y'all are all right. What do y'all got to say? How's y'all internet? Your internet is good as fuck. I want you to do this.
I did that test.
Do the Okua speed. What did you pay for and what did you get?
I pay $49 a month and I'm getting 116.99 megabytes per second.
That's nothing.
But you know what? I'm on this show. I run my own podcast. I have 5 digital TVs that have no cable and have just streaming service.
Run it again. The first time you run it, it's always terrible. Run it one more time.
And
the Okua speed test.
$49 a month of Spectrum.
Well, that's because you don't have a monopoly.
So I use Spectrum, and I pay $90 a month.
Do the Okua speed test right now.
300 gigabytes. I did, and my download speed is 413.9. My upload is right at 22.8.
That's badass for $90.
4 times what I pay. Yeah,
That's badass.
Mine's also $49 with a bundle package. So I have the phone and everything, and you know, one cable box with it. So if I took the phone and the cable box away, I'd probably have to pay about $100 a month for.
All right, so I'm paying 1 gig right now. I'm gonna hit go 1 gig a month. Let's see where it goes. It better be over 500 a month.
Spectrum sucks for cable, but for internet, they're actually pretty good.
I agree, and I'm about to cut my cable with them, but they're really good with internet.
Oh,
I don't have any problems.
Yeah, I've been.
So look at this, as I'm dropping all that money for all that high speed, and my shit is averaging at 91. Here, let's run it again.
What? Yeah, dude, ice them up. Seriously.
See, I'm telling you, here. Is that this? Yeah, I'm gonna run it again. Usually the first test sucks.
Sometimes you can have.
I'm gonna run it again. I'm gonna run it again, but here we go.
After this one, I'm bound.
I gotta go too. Fuck that. Nah, but all right, ice up, bitches. We out of here. Fuck you, the internet. We love you.
I'm going on vacation tomorrow, y'all.
Yes. Bye.
Oh, snap.
We're out of here. I already
First time in
closed
6
it.
years.
I already closed it. We out.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. You could turn $10 into $250. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/fan and use code FAN. That's code FAN at prizepicks.com/fan.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.